breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts. The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts.
Welcome back to 1xBet Rivals. My name is Wolf, your caster with Manjin. This time, we are headed into the lower bracket finals. But if you did see some of the matches yesterday and the past week, you know that this will be a very exciting one. I am very, 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 very excited about this lower bracket finals because I saw the matches earlier. But how about you, Manjin? How you doing? What's good?
It's been a while since we shoutcasted in an international seen what's good. Philippines. It's quite hot here in the Philippines, but the games are hotter for sure
Yeah,
because we're gonna have a best of the best of five
that's right.
from the teams, the best teams, I should say, in
That's
the
right.
region of in the Mekong region. This tournament has been going on for 4 days already, and we're getting near towards the grand finale, the grand
Yeah.
finals.
Yeah, Yangon Galacticos is the team that you should be looking at in this particular series. But do not ever take your attention from newborns that we see yesterday
Yeah.
mounting an interesting upset. It was a 3-0 win from newborns, a team that most people will not expect to win against
Mhm.
Zeno Esports in their
Yeah.
matchup, but they still managed to get to here. And then we're looking at Yangon Galacticos. This is a no name in the Mekong region,
Mekong
Manji,
region.
but
Yeah.
they also lost against Mythic Seal. But the manner that they lost in is quite surprising because it's also a 3-0. And not only that, there were so many comebacks in those games. So does not mean that YG is not championship material at all
Yeah.
because they got 3-0'd. It's just that the team that they faced yesterday was just on point.
Yeah.
We will be looking back at the games later on, but
For
yeah,
sure.
so far, are there any expectations from you, Manjin?
Well, I expect a lot of MLBB action because I do feel that everyone in the world right now, especially in the Asian region, are so good in MLBB. So I
Mhm.
expect longer games, a lot of new stuff that we could see, especially that I saw a lot of XP and tank substitute picks. Like you
Yeah.
can definitely interchange heroes right now, and especially the Kimi pick, I should say.
Mhm.
Like some
Yeah,
people are using it. I think I saw a lot of content that they are using it as a mid lane or
that's right.
sometimes a roam
That,
also. Not
okay,
just
that
gold.
surprised me.
Yeah, that like people uses the ultimate to
Yeah.
maybe set up and poke. Anyways, for our prize pool, here it is. Let's all
Oh,
show it to you. It is a total of $15,000.
yeah.
And for the
So
grand
we
champion, yeah, so big,
yeah.
it's $7,500. If you're gonna convert that into pesos, I think it's almost 470 to 500,000 pesos. That's
Right.
launch.
That's almost the league championship, right?
Yeah,
For
that's.
us. So
I
yeah,
think
that's
that's bigger than the amateur tournament, or maybe like
definitely,
the same
definitely.
as the amateur tournament here in the Philippines. But then
Yeah.
again, huge shout outs to 1xBet for providing this tournament to us. Second runner up will take home 3,750, and it's a total of 15K. And again,
Mhm.
you still go home with 750 if you like immediately exited the
Yeah.
tournament.
So far, and the teams that we will be seeing our schedule pretty soon. But that 75,000, so that 3,750 US dollars will be at least secured by the winners of
Yes,
our
sir.
matches today. So that's a lot of money. Manji, most of our fans are actually from the Mekong region. So
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know what I don't know how much that is when it comes to their own currency. But if we're just looking at it from a lens of a Filipino, this is a lot.
It's
This is a
huge.
lot of money for
Yeah,
Mobile Legends, and especially a tournament outside of the big league. So
yeah, especially if you're
that's a lot of
alone.
cash.
Yeah, super huge amount of cash. Huge amount of moolah. Let's look at the schedule right now. We're going to have just one game. Here you
That's
go.
right.
There you have it. Like you said, newborns against Yangon Galacticos. I think with the upset that we saw yesterday, I'm really hoping to see game number 5. Again, it's been a while since I shoutcasted a real tournament for MLBP. So with this, I would love
Yeah.
to learn a lot of new
Yeah.
stuff. So maybe we can use it in our ranked games also if we're gonna do
Yeah.
stream. Yeah.
Why why don't we look at the tournament bracket, Manjin?
Here we go.
This is the development of our bracket from the first day. We've
There
seen
it is.
after the group stages into the playoffs, Mythic Seal as well as Team Spectrum were the first ones to go there. In fact, Newborns, although they are not known in the region, they're actually one of the first few teams that got into round number 2. Unfortunately, they lost against Mythic Seal. But when they faced Xeno Esports in the bottom part of our bracket, we saw that they actually mounted the upset. Xeno
Upset
Esports
Gaming.
lost 0-3, and
Yeah.
that actually surprised a lot. And then when you're looking at the upper bracket, Yangon Galacticos won over Xeno, but eventually lost against Mythic Seal. And just a reminder, Yangon Galacticos or YG is actually the team that is the top of
Yeah.
the pack when it comes to the local region when they're playing it. So for Myanmar, they have their own big league, official league there.
Yep.
And Young Galacticos is actually top of the group stages. So it's actually a surprise that Mythic Seal eventually were the first ones to get into the grand finals.
They're the team to beat right now here in the tournament, Yangon Galacticos. But again, if you are newborns, I think this is a team who wants to prove something, and they're a team on a mission. And with that being said, let's all see the highlights from yesterday's matches that we saw. In a while, we're gonna see it, and let's cue it in.
Yeah.
Here we go. There you have it. That's Xeno versus Newborn. Were you casting this
Yes, I was.
yesterday? Okay.
Yeah. So definitely, I think game number 1 was super one-sided in favor of Newborns, and Xeno Esports. Understandably, in your first game in a best of 5 series, sometimes there's that factor of surprise for teams like Newborns where you don't really know what to expect, or you may have seen them play in the group stages, but you don't know their actual strength in the bracket. Then Newborns took game number 2 with a similar in the similar manner. This time, although Xeno Esports were able to get some semblance of control in the early stages, Newborns just took over. Super Bender, the EXP laner for Newborns, was definitely the highlight of the series, the MVP of the series for me, because of how smart he plays and how calculated he plays. He knows when to jump and who to jump on, and that allowed Newborns to get so many team fight wins in this series.
I think they really owned the series, and judging by the games that I've been seeing, especially here in the Philippines, I do feel that there's really a huge responsibility if you are the XP laner of the team, especially sometimes when the game transitions into the late game, you become the pseudo tank, or like the main initiator of your team. So seeing, of course, the XP laner of Newborns, I'm really hoping for that XP lane matchup. You have Ying also for YG, who is also very dominant in his games.
Yeah, you can see YG was a team that at least you have your, I would say, your known names in the
Are they
region. They have played.
Are they a professional team?
Yeah,
So,
they are. They're part of the
okay.
of their
the
MPL,
official
in,
league.
their official league, their big league. Yeah, and like I said, they are the top of the group stages. I think their group stages have concluded just recently, their regular season, and we know that they're top 1. And you also have familiar names like Blink, for example. You have casted Blink of sometime in the past, Manjin, I'm sure, and
YG.
Stitch. You probably have mentioned save. They played in different teams before the past, but now they have this lineup, and they have played this lineup for quite a long time now, and we know that they are also a team that is very strong, a championship contender, in fact, for Mekong rivals. No one expect Mekong rivals, but it was a big surprise that they lost yesterday. This was a different match, I believe. This is Xeno versus YG, which happened earlier. In our bracket, but YG yesterday faced up against Mythic Seal.
Yeah. What I like about Team YG is they play aggressively, especially when they do pick off type of lineup. If they pick up the Cho from Blink, or maybe we can see Tigreal, I mean, from him. And with this being said, it's like the new amateur squad versus the top dog squad.
For sure.
We have ourselves a great storyline here, Mr. Wolf.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. The storyline is gonna be great because well, we know that newborns. Although I think I believe that they are from a different region. This means that overall we can expect this team to. I would say not well. We'll just be surprised, right? Obviously,
For sure.
Yangon Galacticos, they're a team that has veterans, so they probably can easily win this match,
Yeah.
or they
Yeah.
have
Team
they have the
Newborns.
better chance at odds at winning. But things can change. This is MLBB.
I kind of feel that Team Newborns is like a new form, well, maybe not a new form team, but the point is they're out of the radar. I can't even
Yeah.
find any information or Wikipedia page for them. If you're a new team, if you tend to join a lot of tournaments, like definitely there's a huge info that the chunk of info that a lot in the internet will see where it can give people an advantage to know your strategy. Then again, seeing YG, we're not really sure if their coach also, because I did the research earlier, and I saw that their coach is a Filipino. If this is true, then maybe we can like definitely say that the odds like is in favor. Maybe 80 to 90% is in favor for Team YG.
YG, yeah. And we're not just being biased just because we're Filipinos, guys. We just know that
Pinoys
typically
are
when
the
you
best.
import or export your coaches, that usually generally means that you have much better understanding of MLBB just because of the fact that there's a lot of obviously there's a lot of expectations already. But now, looking at the draft, Manjin,
Who's
the
this?
priorities now for the teams. I don't know. That's
That's a
this is definitely
zoom in.
Chip and Zushin, but
Is
the
that-
second ban, I believe,
It's
this
a
is part
Kalea,
of
okay.
this is part of a game actually, Manjin. You have to guess.
The guess the
uh,
hero. Like it's a
Guess the
zoom
hero
in,
based on a zoom in image.
zoom in guess image. So
So
you
who
will
do you
have
think it
a
is?
harder
Is it-
time in predicting the draft, right?
Yeah, who do you think is it? What's your
It's
guess? Who's your guess?
Kalea. It's Kalea. Like,
All right,
yeah.
all right.
Our producer said that he talked to me via my headset and he said that, oh,
Okay,
it's Kalea,
okay.
don't worry. So it's
Okay.
Kalea. Then you have the Badang. Okay, wow, Badang is now being prioritized
Yeah.
for the ban. Is this new or
Yeah, I think
is this an old flavor already?
specifically not really not new. I think this is just a meta pickup, but
Yeah.
usually you will not see it as a ban. But I think we've seen in the previous series and previous games, and in this particular tournament, that Badang is a priority
Badang. Okay.
for most of the teams.
If I am if I
yeah.
am YG, there's I think we have this so-called poison picks, right? So is Suyu still the like A tier first pick for
Ah, yeah, not
tournaments?
anymore.
Not anymore.
Although
Or is it Lucas?
Lucas now, because Lucas is Naruto now.
Oh yeah, of
So
course.
Sasuke,
The number one
Yusoyo
Shinobi.
is Sasuke, so he's like third pick,
Right.
third
yeah.
priority. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but it's actually fourth priority because people tend to like Kakashi more.
Then
Kakashi is
then
Hayabusa.
Sasuke. Okay.
Then
So,
Sasuke, yes. Kakashi
it's-
over Sasuke.
The ninja assassin meta.
Yes,
Again.
that's right.
Alright. But now you have the Lucas open, so Naruto is
Yeah,
Naruto a
available.
priority, or are you going to pick the XP lane here? Oh, there you go.
There you
See?
go, Naruto.
There you have. I still
Yeah.
have it, bro.
You still have it, yeah. So
still have
he's the protagonist, my man. He's
Naruto
like
Lucas. Yeah.
the main character. The main character.
He's the jungler, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He can be flexed in the EXP as well as the jungle.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, but newborns go
Wow.
fighting Moscow already with the big guns. Without the Harif, there's not much that you can answer against this Moscow. So they might just go for somewhere along the lines of Irithel or maybe
A Granger. Maybe.
Granger against the Fanny. That might not be the best, but yeah, YG does play it, so they might
Okay.
just favor that. Maybe this time they will go for uh, another lockdown hero. Maybe get the Jawhead now because
Okay.
if that Jawhead or the Cho is given in the hands of newborns, that's gonna be very scary. So
Scary.
yeah, they do
That's
steal
a
the
joke.
Cho
So one
and
of
then the
the
Bruno on top.
main heroes of Blink of
Yeah,
Team YG. So you have the Cho and you have the Lucas combo. Definitely want to get that Fanny and get the gank, get the lockdown. There's always
yeah,
this change of face, especially if you have a Fanny in
yeah.
the game. But oh, there you go. The newly
So
born Glue is here for
that's
the
right.
side of newborns, and that's going to be so irritating for the Bruno and definitely the Cho.
Yeah, for the rest of for the three picks of YG, they don't have a good answer to the glue, and then you ban the Faramis on the newborns. That's also another
Best
problem. So
answer,
so
yeah.
far newborns, I would say that they have the better first three
Three
picks, and
picks.
they also are banning out the important mid laners that
Hmm.
can eventually be a problem for both the Fanny as well as the glue. So it just makes out sense. And they ban the CC as well. So
CC.
they're making sure that this glue will have a great time.
Yeah. So I think your answer to the blue is maybe a mage that can do a lot of AoE. Is the Eve good against the blue? Been seeing a lot of Eve picks
Yeah,
lately, or maybe someone that can follow up with the Cho and Lucas. Is Farsa good? Or maybe a Louis,
yeah,
because last time we saw YG, they pull off the Louis Cho
yeah.
combo.
I think
I'm not
the
sure.
Louis is much better because you
Mhm.
have you can bounce off of the gluelets or so I've read the patch Manjin and they're called long longs now.
It's not the
So
Lulets.
the gluelets they're called long longs.
Long longs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's
Because there's a
different. But
change,
yeah,
but still the glue is like the sticky guy who likes to
yeah,
interrupt a lot of team fights. Oh, there you go. Wow. Long
Bavario.
range mid lane that can clear and that can quickly roam around. Novaria mid. Perfect combination, I think, with the Fanny. Every time you
Yep.
poke, the Fanny will just go in for the last hit and go in for the assassination.
Yeah. And the Moscovaria is also
Available. Okay. Yeah,
it's,
the
it's also that
Moscovaria.
combo. So that
The
makes a lot
side
of sense.
blades.
Yes, sir. The side blades, a spillover damage. I believe for YG they're looking for another peel hero. Maybe get a. They don't have to get a catch up. Maybe a high loss. Or get an assassin.
Oh,
Or
okay,
they
there
go
you
for
go. There
Hilda
you go.
instead. Hilda and Farsa
Hilda
makes
and
a lot of
Farsa.
sense.
Okay.
Now for newborns, they're gonna be looking for their roamer. But they actually there's a team that actually use the glue as the roam, but I don't think that's should be the case here for
I
for
think,
newborns.
yeah.
They probably will be better off getting
I think you need a
an
CC here.
initiator.
Yeah. Tigreal maybe? Or maybe a Kufra.
Yeah,
Kalea is banned already, so you don't have any more choice. Who
yeah,
else? What hero does the
yeah.
stun? Like any stun hero.
Hylos maybe.
Yeah. Any stun hero is good.
Yeah,
Hylo, single target stun, quick escape. I think good up against the Hilda.
yeah,
I will go for the Tigreal here.
yeah.
If you're in.
All of those are good choices actually for newborns. They go
Grok.
Grok. So it is the traditional answer to the Farsa. You utilize your Guardian's Barrier. It's already
Cancel
enough
out.
for you to cancel the Farsa ultimate. You have that initiation. Um, you have a way to go with the Fanny. So it's like a hero that can also dive with the Fanny.
Okay.
And can also scout out where the Cho is. So
Wow,
you have a lot of vision with that hero too. So
This is
makes a
also
lot
a
of
great
sense.
answer, I think, against the Lucas. That
Yeah.
he won't he won't get bursted down that easily. If you're a
Yeah.
Grok, just stick to the walls. And I really forgot about the Grok. I'm casting with one of the best Grok players in the Philippines, Ocho Gahaba. And with this Grok pick, I should say, Team Newborns, they would definitely fight this fire with fire. Game number 1, they want to make a statement up against this huge team, and maybe we're gonna determine this with just the macro the macro experience of Team YG. Let's see. This is game number 1, semifinals, best of 5. The top dogs from the Mekong region, YG, up against the new kids on the block, Newborn. There you have it. Blink.
Oh no.
There you go. Getting the first blood. As I told you, Mr. Wolf, there's this experience gap. And Team Rivals immediately with the jungle invade, delaying Shizu for this purple.
I believe that they utilized their Hilda, so they deployed a lot of heroes in that purple buff for newborns, just so that they can invade the Fanny, which makes a lot of sense. Think about it. Maybe they will sacrifice maybe 1 or 2 minions for the Hilda, but it was well worth it because they're able to slow down the Fanny.
And now they know where the Fanny is. Like the minute number 1 that you know where the enemy jungler is, like you will get advantage, especially in the map control. If you're a gold laner, you will definitely be safe. The mid laner can roam around quicker. And now seeing this, Han is now at level 4 and Chizu level 3. Let's see if there's going to be a team fight, because 20 seconds in, the turtle will arrive. Shizu is now at level 4.
Yeah, and although Shizu is able to get to level 4, oh, that was a lot of damage coming out from the Fanny. But although he's level 4, he's nowhere near the turtle now because he needs to take the lizard into the right side of the map. This means that the turtle will easily be in favor of YG. It will be so difficult for newborns to contest this, so I think that they should just concede.
Unless there's a steal coming out from Index. By the way, go download the 1xBet app right now. There's a split coming out from Super Bender. 3K on the turtle. Han just focusing in on the turtle. Han will take that retribution.
Oh,
no Fanny yet whatsoever. There's the Fanny taken down. Super Bender just retreating. That is another kill coming out from YG. Flicker in.
Oh my
Ultimate
goodness.
from Alina. What a confident play coming out from Lina. And with that, 3-0 already. 2 minutes in this game.
Yeah, well done coming out from Lina.
Sounds familiar, right?
With that fiery
soul
flicker.
That fiery
flicker.
Yeah.
The fiery flicker, like a dragon from Lina. I mean, but obviously we saw from newborns that they are so disconnected on the map. Like this time, they are suffering from Blink's initiations, and that was a well worth it flicker because they're stopping the Grok from being able to assist his team. And newborns, you see Shizu still try to contest the first turtle, but he was taken out that easily by YG once again. And this, all of a sudden, is a 4-0 from YG.
By the way, they tried also to do another invade on that second purple take of Chizu. What a masterful usage of the Cho by Blink. And with this Cho, Team YG, they're really eager enough like to do all of these kinds of plays, flashy plays out of nowhere. And Team YG now rotating to the bottom side. Now probably gonna use Stitch. I think Stitch already has the lifesteal claw, the Has claw, if I'm not mistaken, at the early minutes of this game, and can definitely use it as an advantage for the next turtle attempt.
Yeah, and a little bit of tussle here in the mid lane, but I think that there is no chance for NB to fight this, especially with Stitch being activated.
There you have
Although we are seeing some stutters here, but there's really no chance.
Yeah, no chance
for newborns to take it.
Yeah. A lot of lead coming in from Team YG as they're proving to Team MB that they're just proving that they have all the experience being the pro team in the region. Even popping the Feather Dare Strike just to zone and get a little bit of gold from the tower. Stitch now being activated. Popping, of course, the volley shots after volley shots. Getting the glue. Super Bender very tanky enough to get away. And it's all YG for the first 5 minutes of this game. Wolf.
They really by so much in the first 5 minutes. Now Shizu wants to go for a kill to Han, actually successful in doing so. So
What
this
an
is
outplay.
very important.
Okay.
It's an outplay.
Then again, in the bottom side, there's the light coming out from the Novaria. Stitch falling away. But man, Blink and Ying, they will definitely get one. That is the Novaria. A kill from the top lane. But then again, an exchange from YG in the bottom side.
Think of that started to be a really good set of events for newborns, especially because Shizu was able to take out the enemy jungler. But the fact that they've lost Super Khan, that's could be a big problem because they not only lose their gold laner, they also lose a tower. And onto the bottom lane, Super Bender against 3 members of YG. Even when you're a glue, this seems to be impossible.
Yeah, it's quite impossible right now to take some sort of lead in this game, especially with the delay of Team YG to Shizu. Again, if you're playing the Fanny, you really want to get that early level 4 for you to ramp up. But now Blink just playing around with Shizu, trying to scare him away. 6-1, 6 minutes into this game. Top lane already being destroyed. Also as the bottom lane. Now this is the third turtle. NB, they need some kind of great outplay here to maybe turn this around.
Yeah. And what could be the turnaround? I think that's a late game monster that could be the turnaround. But it was the kick from Blink. Blink is not gonna
follow up.
that one. Look at that burst!
Wow.
Shizu.
A nice spear also. There's the glue coming in with the ultimate, trying to pull his hair. Blink also, he doesn't have the way of the dragon yet, but there's Naruto Uzumaki! The Lucas Han coming in from behind, taking down 3. What a block coming in from Han.
Oh, definitely. You saw the timing was there. It's perfect. They jumped this Novaria as well as this Moskov. And with Hilda as well onto the backline, it's also helping out Han. And more importantly, they also got the turtle with that. Shizu, look at that. Receiving so much damage from the Hilda. Defense is going to be there from Blood, but it's not going to be enough. They will lose their turret in the mid lane.
Oh man, a lot of physical damage being delivered from Team YG to NB. There's another kick, Blink. How do you defeat this now, Mr. Wolf? Maybe late game outplay coming in from the Moskov.
Yeah.
But again, it's really hard to say. It's really 50-50. There's the split once again. Trying to secure another purple. And that is the purple for Han. Maybe trying to get this orange. All of the things being taken care of by Team YG. Definitely owning the first game.
Yeah, now Index might be in trouble. Fortunately, gets out of there with that conceal, but that is concealed out for newborns. Super Ken, our Moskov, only have the golden staff right now. I don't think that he has the Trinity just yet. It's 0 and 2, and there's not much map control from newborns. In fact, they are trailing behind 8,000. That's 7,000 gold at 8 minutes, which is a lot. They might lose this turret up top too.
And look at that. Look at the usage of the classic vintage Farsa ultimate just to get the push. They need the chase. There you go. Wild charge coming in. Plus the split. Killing spree onto Chizu. That's one. And they will get Stitch. That's a crucial kill. Good initiation from Index to maybe turn this game around.
Yeah. So important because that is the gold laner, and there will be a Lord that will be spawned that has spawned already. But now Shizu might be in trouble. Well, he's the Fanny, so he gets out, but that's information. And also time that YG was able to buy. Now the Bruno is available once again. The words don't have the advantage anymore. YG with 6,000 gold ahead might just take this Lord.
Super Kant just playing the split game on the Moskov. A vintage split game. Free Lord for Team YG. That's a spear. But nothing's gonna happen as a Team YG will keep yet another lead. Are we gonna see a second outplay? Oh my glob!
Whew.
Shizu almost getting wrecked there as a Team YG still owning this game.
It's gonna be massive for YG, as we know that Shizu is easily taken out. Like if Shizu jumps, as long as there's Han to deal the damage, it's gonna be enough. They only need the stun for that one happen. And now the Farsa not gonna be
Yeah.
able to to catch. I mean this Fanny will be able to get out, but there will be a push in the middle that YG is favored to have.
It's all about the experience here,
Look at
Mr.
that
Wolf.
damage from Stitch.
Yeah, great damage. Lina now has the divine also. The huge magic damage here coming in from the Lina. Definitely the Dragon Slayer. There you go, another feather there strike. That's the cancel.
Oh
That's
my
the spear
goodness.
coming in. Chizu coming in the middle. But Chizu, the damage is not enough to take down Stitch. Nice usage of the wind chant. And there you go. The best Hokage, the number one Hokage. Using the Fox. 13 to 4. YG getting 3 and getting a tower.
And the timing again from High was just perfect. He's waiting for his perfect opportunity. But most importantly, Lina is able to burst down Super Cat so easily. That was the Moskov immediately taken out by the Farsa. Eventually,
Good damage.
Lina died in the game, but the damage output was enough for them to take out the Moscow, which is the carry, supposedly the carry for newborns.
You could consider it like a pure damage coming out from that divine scepter from the Lina. 2 hits maybe from the feather there strike, and then you're out.
Yeah. So much damage because of
The
how high they are, because of that scepter. True damage. And it goes through immunity as well, right? You cannot
Yeah,
cannot avoid it.
not avoid
If
it.
you get
Maybe
hit by you
Yeah.
get hit by it, you're not immune.
not immune. Even though I think Super Kant won't even build maybe a robe or like any magic resistance.
Not gonna happen. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
because he will lack the damage in the late game, so he really needs to position himself like
That's
properly
That's
to
right.
maybe see whether he's gonna go in like use a proper timing to let Lina use the feather death strike first. There you go. There's the light coming out from the Novaria Bladuri. Is this going to be a pick up? Blink! He will survive! Oh no! A lot of resources being used by NB, and still Blink is alive.
Yeah, means that they will just get out of the situation, go for the recall, and then eventually YG will take over this Lord. Fanny, they know that is so far away, so this Lord is going to be free. It's going to be the Astral Echo, but obviously no follow-up in there. Even Blooduri, our Novaria, is not dealing as much damage.
Yep.
Right now, 13 minutes in, with just 4 kills and about 10,000 gold behind. Newborns will be in a very difficult spot defending this potential push from YG.
Coming into the late game, Team Newborn, they have a lot of wave clear though, so Team YG, they need maybe a sneaky initiation from Blink to just get Shizu or anyone. Just let Blink do the Wave of the Dragon and just give pure damage to the first target. There you go. There's the first contact in the top lane. Lucas! Easy 320 gold! Killing Shizu! Talk about a sneaky outplay! 14 to 4. Index pops the conceal. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. YG. That's a GG for Team YG.
Very one-sided match that we've seen from the Yangon Galacticos. It all started with that invade on the Fanny, which was eventually followed up by another kill on the Turtle. After the Turtle fight, I mean, because that was the Fanny using 2 times already in the early game team fights, and that allowed YG to just dominate the game. There wasn't any sort of opening that was available for newborns. Although that was a Fanny and a Moskov that they picked up, which makes a lot of sense. In the end, they weren't able to pull off this strategy. Young Galacticos, I think they've woken up. This is definitely not how they performed yesterday. This is more clean, and more dominant. And so far, they're looking very strong in this series already.
They're oozing with confidence right now, and they want to go home early. I don't know what time is it in the region, but they want to take a snack as early as possible. Maybe they want this 3-0. We call this in the Philippines, they're biased to team production. They're team prod because they want the production crew to go home early too. There you go. There you go. Team YG showing us a better MLBB. And I think Team Newborn, they're really not prepared in terms of securing that purple. Maybe if they're gonna go for another Fanny game, maybe 4 or 3 heroes would like help him with the leash to at least give them the opportunity for the power spike of the Fanny. You need the power spike of the Fanny for the first 2 minutes. So without that, like you already failed with your Fanny strategy.
Yeah, no, I think I agree. I definitely agree with you. I think there wasn't a lot of focus on giving the Fanny a good game. Right? They didn't give a lot of attention on securing the early part for the Fanny. They weren't able to secure any of the first turtles. Maybe get the first or second turtle. That's gonna be enough already for you. But that also meant that the other lanes also did not have a good time. Right? If the Fanny struggled, it also means that there's no additional way for them to kind of win the side lanes. You saw that stage struggled versus his matchup. You can see that Glue as well did not have enough did not have enough ways to farm up and be tanky for the team.
Yeah, and with that being said, Mr. Wolf, what kind of mindset right now are you thinking of if you are team Newborn? That was definitely a one-sided game, but then again, this is a best of 5. In a best of 5, you can definitely lose game number 1.
Yeah,
That's just a momentum game. But I think they're still okay.
Yeah, they're still okay. I think what needs to change is just the way that they want to manage their early game, early inning stage, because YG are very good at the early stage of the game. In fact, I remembered yesterday when they went up against Mythic Seal. Game 1 also was almost a one-sided match in favor of YG, but YG just made it so that the early game was in their favor. And if we're looking at the post-game data, we can see that the Lucas is 6-1-0, 12K compared to the Fanny's 9K only.
Wow.
That's how you know that this Lucas had a lot of impact.
Yeah. Great impact coming out from the number 1 Hokage from the province of Konoha.
Yeah.
Lucas Han 6-1. They're really ready for the Fanny game. If you have a Fanny on the opponent's side, you will like really prioritize your armor. If you are Blink, and if you are the gold laner, look at that, armor boots. Now let's look at the MVP of the game. Who do you think it is? It is Blink on his signature Cho. Who is always blinking.
Always blinking forward, right? Yeah. I think it's also notable that he landed a good kick in the middle. The first one was so I think that they utilized their flicker first in the invasion when they tried to go for the purple buff that eventually allowed them to get a kill onto Shizu. There it is. So yeah, Blink did commit the flicker to catch this Fanny, and then eventually he caught the Fanny once again after the turtle fight, and then another Blink initiation. Look at that, Lina also blinking in, and then just dropping the combo, right? Dragon Slave, Fiery Soul,
and Laguna Blade. Yeah, just all Lina things.
Yeah, just
right?
Lina things.
Just Lina things. And for you to do that in the early stages of the game, you're just playing mind games with your opponent, like scaring the hell out of him. Like, hey, I'm gonna flicker in and I'm gonna pop the stun, even though I don't have a stun. Well, he has a stun, like if he connects like all of the skills. So yeah, great usage of the Farsa, and a lot of outplays also from Team YG, like popping the Wind of Nature every time the Fanny comes in. So Team YG just outwitted Team NB for this game number 1.
And you saw that Lina was able to just pop the feathered airstrike proc onto the, and with the proc of the passive as well, in combination with the ultimate, with the feathered airstrike, that's a lot of damage. And you saw the Moskov get one shot by that combo. It's just literally
Pure
one drop of
damage.
the feathered strike is huge
Yeah.
damage, and then the passive coming out from the Farsa, like very the bird dealing the damage. And Moskov was already out, despite the Grok initiating onto Lina, the Farsa, which was a big surprise because he went for the flicker in the wild charge, and should have they should have won that fight and with a good initiation. But unfortunately, the Moscow was taken out before the fight erupted. Anyways, that's why there wasn't any damage or no DPS from
Yeah.
side of newborns, and
Yeah.
they eventually lost that last fight up top.
I do feel that they reacted really quickly with YG's initiation. I think they could have played it more patiently. Just do honest defense after honest defense. Just wave clear and maybe wait for some sort of spear play from the split
Yeah,
of the Moskov and the Fanny. I think they were really forced into having a 5-on-5 team fight. But I really feel that they could have played it differently. Just do the split game,
yeah.
right? You have a Fanny, you have a Grok, and you also have a Moskov. Would have been rounds and rounds of split game, but they were really impatient. Like, let's do a team fight, let's try, and it failed.
Yeah, and those are the things that they should be thinking about when heading into game number two. What is the correct approach when it comes to team fights? Should we constantly fight against Yangon Galacticos? And it's evident that Yangon Galacticos have woken up. Well, they did perform so good in the early stages in their previous series, which happened yesterday. Went up against Perfect Seal. Game number one was masterclass of their early game. The second game was also the same. The third game, they almost came back even after having that deficit. So it
Yeah.
kind of shows to us that even when Young Galacticos are in this spot in the lower bracket finals, we know that they serve to be a contender for the grand finals. You saw
Yeah.
how
For sure.
reliable,
For
how
sure.
solid Young Galacticos players were. Blink
Yeah.
was on point. You can see Han not having any kind of like overextension or whatnot. But
Yeah,
it's
for
time to
sure.
move on to game number two.
Here we go.
is gonna be staying in the blue side.
Here we go. Is that a wake up call for NB to really adjust to this? And again,
For
Team
sure.
YG still on the blue side, so another priority of the Lucas maybe. You are YG, do you ban out the Lucas? Are you gonna give it away to Han? We shall see. As I remember, they banned out the U ship and Zushin and the Badang,
That's right. Zushin, Badang, and then
Kalea and Chip
yeah.
for
Kalea.
YG.
So we know that Kalea as well as the chip are going to be way up when it comes to the priorities for any team that we will see in this game, in this tournament. So far, with the chip being banned, you have the Zushin, which is a pretty standard set of bans here for both of our teams. I would assume that this is going to be a race for the Kalea once again. The previous game, the Lucas, that's what I'm talking about. That with the
Lucas.
Valentina ban as well, Manji. This kind of tells me that YG are definitely looking at considering this Lucas priority.
I think they're opening it like they want to play again the site game here in the draft. Like, is NB gonna ban the Lucas or are they gonna get the Lucas? Because for sure, if they don't ban this, Lucas is the first pick, like what you've said. Or is YG gonna ban the Lucas? You know?
They should,
Or maybe another Kalia ban, I think, for YG.
They should ban the Lucas because I think that will be the priority for YG. But then that also means that the Kalia is going to be the trade. If YG forces that the Kalia as well as the Lucas trade, okay, so they won't. But yeah, that I doubt that they will do that anyways because it does not make sense. They just want to secure this
Lucas.
Lucas, and that is this. I believe the same set of bands, right?
No, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But I think that's different for YG because they banned out
Different for YG.
Takalea for the second ban. I'm not really sure
Yeah.
about the Valentina. But there you go, Lucas once again. So
Yes,
how
sir.
do you counter this Lucas? What's his damage? Is he a
Uh,
physical magic or is
Physical,
it true
yeah,
damage?
heavy physical
Oh.
damage.
Oh, they stole the Cho.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. But that also opens up the fanny for YG. And just go back and take the fanny for themselves. Maybe get the jawhead earlier on as well, because we know that the jawhead is target ban from by most teams. So
Yeah,
picking
it's
that
the
up
best
means yeah, the best pick for sure. It has great synergy with the Lucas because of the minus armor, but they
There you
will
go.
still go for the Bruno this time so that they will not have any problem, any scarcity when it comes to their gold laner, and then they pick up the Fanny as well.
And a lot of physical piercing damage here for Team YG. And early game poke, I think. Great poke from the volley shots of the Bruno. Great answer to the Moskov. Now you have a Fanny problem also. You get the Jawhead right now. No, you definitely won't get the Jawhead because you already have the Cho. So
Yeah.
what do you pair up with the Cho in terms of invading
Uh,
this Fanny and negating the Fanny power spike? There's your assassin. There's Kakashi. Third
Yeah, there's
pick
your-
for NB.
so it's Kaashi versus Naruto, the teacher versus student. But this time, the Fanny will be the jungler. At least Lucas will be in the EXP lane.
XP.
So newborns might consider getting both the either of CC or Hilda. So that should be the answer for YG. For newborns, as expected, the Jawhead will be the ban because YG should have taken that, but instead they went in for the Bruno priority. And they're also not banning the CC, which newborns might just get. It's a good answer to the Lucas, which kind of wins the lane in that regard. Gonna be and so newborns are pretty happy about the set of the first three picks that
First
they have
picks.
right now.
It's the same story as game number one. Their three picks are really good.
Yep.
Their drafting phase is really good. But let's see, because the last two picks is like the most viable picks for you, for the team. Now you don't have a tank yet for Team YG. There's your Novaria ban. You go for a Farsa here for Team NV.
Yeah.
Or do you go for a Faramis? Maybe steal the Faramis? I'm not sure.
I think the first one makes a lot of sense. It has good synergy with Cho.
So,
It
or do you
also
go,
aid the
go for
Moscow.
a Vexana, I think? Is
Yeah, it
Vexana
depends.
still good?
No, not so much. I think the first is better. And look at this. YG also considered what we did consider as the potential AXP laner for newborns. Is the CC, which is an answer to the Lucas, but now newborns will just go for the Kadokacha. It still is a flex pick. But with the presence of the Cho, yeah, maybe we can confirm that this is an XP lane
XP.
the top.
Yeah.
For YG, they're gonna be deciding what their mid laner will be. So the Farsa looks good. Sicilian also looks good versus Hayabusa. So that could be a
Oh, there's your Kimi.
Oh, the
Kimi
Kimi.
mid lane.
in mid lane.
Kimi mid lane. A lot of magic. And the Rocket. Rocket CC, right? That's
Yep.
the new ultimate. Extra
That's
stun. Oh, the Kimi is so good up with the high loss. A classic vintage combo.
Yeah.
Yes. Run towards your enemy and run him down. Kimi high loss, ladies and gentlemen, the best duo there is right now, especially with the new patch of the Kimi. So there you have it. Farsa last pick. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your draft for game number 2. Team YG, I think, again, with a great answer for the last two picks.
Yeah. What I like about this Farsa is that like I said, it has great synergy with the Cho. Generally, with all of the heroes we're seeing from newborns, it has great synergy. So this means that unlike the first game, excuse me, the early game will be easy for newborns.
Yeah. easier to access, like Hayabusa, easier way to do the checkpoints. And now here we go. Now with that being said, I think Team YG, what's their game plan right now? Do they invade again? Kimi Hylos. I remember this is Kimi Hylos, easy stun. Hylos has the revitalize also. No, they're just going for the wave clear. Okay. Oh, the Team YG will definitely get this first wave.
Unlike the previous game, they don't have the Hilda, and this is a Cho with the Farsa, so it's quite scary to kind of invade
Yeah.
against that kind of composition. Although they have the Kimi plus the Hylos, the presence of the Farsa with just the extra damage from the passive, and they have the stun from Index that he can also use his flicker with. It's just very ill-advised to
Yeah.
go for the invade. They have the Fanny anyway, so what they can do is just to equalize. As we are seeing right now, Han is already invading the
Yeah, the
Kramer
Kramer.
that should belong for Newports. And look at that. Watch out for the map. Hylos and Kimi are making the beeline towards their own Kramer, so they want to protect their own jungle.
Yeah, they're really securing that Kramer because they know where Shizu is. They know the rotation of Shizu. Because again, they got the first wave clear in the mid, and they took a peek from Shizu's rotation, from Shizu's jungle rotation, and they know
Yeah.
that Shizu is going down. Like the first jungle objective of Shizu was the orange buff, and there you have it. Another early game rotation advantage, I should say, from Team YG with this extra Kramer
That's right.
from Han.
And the Fanny will be very happy about this. As soon as they're set up, they're even considering getting the purple buff first. Blink is gonna be holding on to the turtle. Ying will get his level 4, so will Lina. And with the ultimate of the Kimi now having that extra
CC.
crowd control, that is gonna be a problem for newborns. However, this is still Hayabusa. There's a lot of bypass. If you place this correctly, you can go to the back rights, maybe take out the Kimi.
Yeah.
But YG is prepared. Look at that. Han is almost level 6.
Yep. Okay, Way of the Dragon coming in, but there's a Hylos Growers pathway. Here we go. Here comes Han from behind. I mean, in front. But that is the strength of the Hayabusa. Nice ultimate from Shizu to do the outplay. 1-for-1. Then again, Blink is still alive. Lean is still alive. Trying to go for another turtle attempt. That is, I think, a roam for an XP lane.
That's right. That newborns are very happy with. To be controlling the turtle now. Han is greedy. He wants to get this orange buff.
Here we go.
Might get to a level 6, but it might have been
Retreat.
time. Shizu will take it, and there is the exchange. Blink is
Ooh.
out. Lina will take out Index for the exchange, and Super Bender as well. However, the turtle is still in favor of newborns.
Great decision there by NB. I think they saw Han so far away, and they just risked it. Nice turtle attempt. And Chizu finally now having his game. Shizu now at 2-0 can definitely assassinate either the Bruno or the Kimi in this game. There's another kick. Way of the Dragon. And is that a kill? Yes, it is. Shizu with a fadeaway ultimate Hayabusa. He ain't even using the Kakashi skin.
Yeah, it's not using the Kakashi skin at this point. But yes, you're right. Newborns are getting so much out of the early stages of the game. Unlike the previous game, this time they are activated. Han is still yet to get some kills. He's 0-0 and 3, which, that's 3 assists anyways. But if you compare that to Shizu, 3-0-0, you know that the Hayabusa has got a lot more EXP. And look at the kick from Blink.
Oh
That
my
definitely is going to be a kill. Oh, Lina. Dealing the damage.
Lina? I think
Not
that's
enough.
I think that's a main problem for the Kimi. It's not like your burst type mid lane,
Yeah,
like
you're
maybe the
not.
Vexana and
Yeah.
the Farsa. It's kind of like if you're gonna
Oh,
pull
no.
up a Kimi mid lane, there's always an extended team fight. As a
Oh.
Super Cant will take away Stitch. There you go. There you have it. NB now getting the upper hand.
Oh, yeah. And that was a good checkmate coming out from Newborn. Shizu was the one to kind of force Stitch to react, to maybe pop up Purify, which he didn't, or maybe dash out. There was already that Avatar of the Guardian also casted by Super Bender anyway, so there wasn't any escape from Stitch, no chance of escaping because of the setup coming out from Newborns. Well done coming out from the Newborn squad, and now they're up by almost at 500 gold, 5-3. The
Yep.
turtle now is the contention.
Now, with that being said, Mr. Wolf, are we gonna see another outplay coming in from Chizu? He's really confident right now with the 4-0 and 1, positioning himself in the top lane, showing himself. Is he going to be the trickster here? 3-5. Han coming in with a cable. There you go, Shizu popping the shadows. Shizu, third shadow. Nothing's gonna happen. But who got the turtle? Is it Han? Yes, it's Han, I think.
It was Han, Newborns, able to trade with the turret take on down the bottom lane. Super Kant is just farming this time compared to the previous game where he wasn't able to do so. A lot of collapse here up top. It's a 5v2 scenario.
Here we go. Han coming in with a cable once again. There's your first kill procs from Lina. But from behind, there's the Cho. After Guardian is cancelled. There's your kill from Han. Hilo still chasing this bird away. Index trying to run away as well. No rocket whatsoever from Lina. Man, that is the clapback. 5-5 YG.
Massive clapback coming out from YG. They still have to take care of the bottom lane. Han is going to be the one to take care of it. But that also means that there's not a lot of farm on the stage. However, the fact that they are able to win the team fights, they take back the lead and also gave a lot of farm to their Fanny, who is right now very scary. You can see that even Shizu is going to struggle from the Fanny. Almost just one hit combo. If Shizu is caught between his tails without the quad shadow, you know that Han can just easily take him out.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is, of course, the experience, the advantage of the experience that YG has with the outplays. Still being composed, not losing their composure after the loss in the early stages of the game, evening up this game and even leading by 1k. There's your spear. That's the ultimate, of course, of the Hayabusa. But then again, another outplay coming in. Stitch, is he still alive? No. 4 heroes coming in with a gank, and that's the feathered airstrike. Blink trying to run away. Blink. There's your heal from the revitalize earlier, but Blink is not that tanky to get away. But there's your exchange. 2 kills for a turtle. 7-5. Another turtle for YG.
It looked to be YG having the better idea on how they will be able to take care of newborns with that revitalized play, but they got outplayed by Shizu, utilizing that quad shadow to get out. And not only that, they gave a kill to Super Kant, which was able to utilize the spear of distraction. That means that now newborns have also equalized once again. For Super Kant is 2-0-2.
Yeah.
And what matters most though is the next objective, which will be the Lord in 85 seconds.
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Lord now being set up by Team YG. Lina now in the bottom side. Glorious pathway just to secure the push. Another team fight coming in. There's your initiation. Oh my glove. Look at the damage output. Here's Chizu with the extra gank, the assassination, but no damage whatsoever from that attempt from the blades. And Team NB will just back off. 2 free towers now in the hands of YG.
As easy as that, big economic push coming out from YG. NB couldn't do anything. Well, they're still waiting for their power spike. You can see that the Moskov just reached his 3-item power spike just now. Good kick coming out from Index.
Yep.
Laduri quite late with a feathered airstrike. Well, he is still far away from his teammates, so even when that was a good kick coming out from Index, there wasn't any immediate follow-up, so they weren't able to make the most out of the feathered airstrike in the way of the dragon. And now you have to think about the fact that in 16 seconds, you will have the Lord fight, and you don't have 2 big ultimates for newborns available.
Let's see if they're gonna wait for it, or Team YG knows that information. Are they gonna force out a team fight here? Okay, Ultimate's now online. Index getting caught here by Blink. They know where he's coming from. Stitch just focusing on the Lord with the volley shots. Also Lina. There's also, that's the problem with the Kimi. Objectives is just so easy to get. That's an almost a kill there from a Super Cunt, almost a steal. It will just stake the tower and just back off. Then again, Team YG playing their cards right in this game.
Newborns, although they were able to get the push up top, some farm onto the Moskov, they weren't able to secure that Lord. Well, that is indeed the trade that they're looking for. At 10 minutes into this game, they know that they have both the Hayabusa as well as the Moskov. And in many ways, this Farsa is also farm dependent. So there is a shot for Newborns later into the game if they scale correctly. However, it seems like YG are not letting that happen. They are just making sure that they are going to be pushing. Although they've lost some of their side turrets, what YG will do is to utilize this Lord, these upgraded big minions, to maybe secure all of the outer turrets and maybe force the tower defense as well to go off.
Yeah. Also, they're maybe just forcing the feather there strike. It's not yet the late game, so the cooldown of that skill is quite long as Team YG. Okay, another team fight in the bottom side. Nice kill. That's Han falling down, but Bender trying to go out. There's your damage from the Kimi, but Avatar of Guardian just to get away. Team NB with a crucial pick off once again.
A super duper important pick off coming out from Newborns. That is actually the fanning that they were able to take out, which means that the Farsa as well as Lamaska will have a decent time. Look at Stitch, they're fighting in this orange buff, and now in comes the ultimate of Farsa, not actually hitting the mark. And in comes the other from the Kimi, hitting onto two. Where's the damage though? It's not gonna be enough. It was quite scary for Newborns, but they still hang on.
What an outplay from Team NB. Supercant also dodging that Lucas ultimate, I should say. There you go, Shizu. Trying to go for the quad shadow, but no! The last proc from that volley shot. Hitting the right target.
Definitely a mistake there coming out from Shizu. Fortunately for him, he will be available when the Lord does respawn, but the fact that he died means that there is no split push pressure, or at least you diminish the split push pressure from Newborns.
And YG will just create space. They will create a zone for them to secure another Lord take. What is the plan right now for NB?
Now, what they can do is wait for the Hayabusa and try to win the macro when the Lord fight does happen.
Here we go.
Because I think YG are gonna blitz the Lord this time.
Yeah, there's
It's gonna take it so quickly.
That's a
and
Kimi.
They do. That's what they're doing now.
That's the pros of having a Kimi in your lineup. You have a quick objective taker. Here we go. Spear coming in, but Lina will take down the Lord. There's your quad shadow out. Han. He retreated, but there's the split. Okay, now NB, they're listening to us, Wolf. They're playing the split game now. And you know, the split is quite like a mindful gameplay. Here we go.
Oh, what a kick!
What an outplay coming in, plus the spear onto the wall. Nice kick, nice save. Kant trying his best
to
go for the blinks, to go for the abyss. Here we go. Kant! Nice triple kill! And that's definitely the outplay that we are looking for. Super Bender.
Oh my
chasing
goodness!
Stitch. Nice stun. There you go. Bender is the only one who died. That is a total wipeout. The newborns. Is it endable though?
It might be. I think it is. But Han will be available. Okay, Han will still respawn. But they do have the advantage now. For sure, it's gonna be 5 versus 1. What can Fanny do? Fortunately for him, there's no flicker onto Index, but Index does have the Way of the Dragon. And Index was the one that kind of saved the day for the team. YG will have their minions respawn, and look at that ultimate cannon from the Kimi. That's gonna be good. Han is gonna be using the Winter Crown just to defend, and he's not gonna survive. Index will get out, and the
Oh,
defense
man.
from the Farsa for newborns. So the only exchange is the mid lane turret for newborns.
Huge defense right there from Team YG. Kimmy, Lina popping the rocket launcher just to clear out all of the waves. And the great usage of the Winter Truncheon, fast hands from Han to just buy time. Oh man, this is great MLBB we're seeing right now. As I said earlier, everyone is so good right now. 7-14. It's now an even ball game, I should say, because of that crucial save of Index in the top lane.
Was Index really saving the day? Great timing with the Way of the Dragon with the stomp, and then eventually the flicker outplay onto Stitch.
Yep.
Salvage newborns, and then very commendable positioning as well from the Moskov, and also the right idea to split push, calling his teammate Index. They did not fight the Lord anymore because they know that they can win the macro anyways. It
Yep.
literally is what happened. No, Manjin, although there was a push on newborn's mid lane turret, I still feel that in late game scenarios, the mid lane turret is not as important as the side lane turrets because uh, the side lane turrets allow you for easier ways to control the Lord fight. But
Yeah.
then again, fortunately for YG, they did not lose the long lane, which is the bottom lane this time. Again, take note, the Lord is spawning up top, so
The long
it's
lane
not
is the
as
other side.
it's not yeah the long lane is the bottom lane, so there's not much problems for YG to deal with. But I would still say that newborns have now taken the lead. Although they don't have the economic lead, I think they have the natural advantage in the late game with Hayabusa, Farsa, as well as the Moskov.
Yeah. Now they're setting up for space. They're setting up for the freeze lane. Super Kant also having the rose gold sword, rose gold item to save his to save his life up against maybe this Kimmy. We shall see.
The
Oh
Blitz.
man, Blitz Lord attempt, Lord take from this Kimmy, and now man, that was super quick.
Super
What a
quickly.
quickie right there from Team YG.
And Newbirds did not expect that at all. They were positioning themselves to kind of split push with the Hayabusa trying to go for the steal. In fact, the position coming out from Shizu was really, really good. I understand why they took that kind of positioning around the map, but unfortunately, YG was just too quick with it. Newborns kind of did not respect the amount of damage that can come out of Kimi, which we saw in that game was so quick.
Yeah, super quick on this Kimmy. Now also having the Sky Purser. Wow, that's a interesting item build. Maybe I could like use that in my rank games.
Yeah.
Anyways, 7-14. Ying trying to get the waves in the bottom side as Alina and company and Blink securing also the other lane. Two side lane attempts. There's your Feather Airstrike for the kill. Lina pops the second kill. Oh my! Nice kill from MB. Now pops the conceal. Are they gonna chase?
They
Chizu?
will want to chase. Yeah,
Ultimate?
oh no, in trouble.
Okay.
Fortunately, he survives that, but that was really scary. That was the concealed play. Unfortunately, newborns, no, they will not lose their top lane turret. They will still keep it. Bottom lane's also intact.
Team
We
Newborns.
go for another Lord Dance here.
They're still breathing. Team Newborns having the hopes of evening up this series into 1-1. Now pushing the tower. This is a Moskov. Also a pass tower taker. Moskov now targeting the tower. There's your Hylos ultimate just to maybe defend the tower. That's a feathered airstrike. That's a secure kill once again. 50 seconds down for Blink and B. Now having the comeback. Okay, there's the chase once again. NB, YG, I mean, that's a Hayabusa ultimate being popped. And now, no kills whatsoever for YG. Han trying his best to get the flank.
Oh,
This is a
Shizu!
forced team fight. Shizu falling low. Shizu going back. AOG onto the ground. That is
no.
it. That is it, Mr. Wolf. 3 heroes down, almost a minute. And just like what my friend said, when I watch him, he will shout out, "That's it, that's it,"
That's it.
because this is definitely the game.
It will take a miracle. Han already popping the ultimate on the Kimi, but look at that. He's trying to defend and sacrifice himself.
Desperate
He
attempt.
is alive for now, but eventually will. A spear followed him, a javelin, I mean. In comes Blink though. He'll
Okay.
just respawn and might die immediately after respawning, even after the
Oh!
revitalized taken out. They
Oh my
did clear
God.
the minion wave, but up top there still is a minion wave.
Wow.
That definitely seals the deal. Newborns.
Wow.
The surprise keeps on surprising us.
That's why it's a surprise,
That's right.
right? Wow.
Yeah. We didn't expect that this could go long. This series could go longer.
Yep.
And, now we're looking at potential, very close series.
Yeah.
Although YG
Yeah.
had a very good start this game, it's not gonna be enough because we know that in the late game with that Hayabusa as well as that Moscow, they were able to win it. But Index definitely is the MVP for me. I think that he nailed that usage of the Cho to kind of counter the Fanny, which is not easy to do. And you'll understand why there was a lot of confidence when you are YG because you're already leading by a lot. But the fact that they did not expect Index to play that well, they were
Yeah.
completely nullified. And then eventually we saw how they won.
I think the save from Index, like blocking that Fanny is definitely the X factor in this game. And again, we talked about this earlier. If you have a Moscow in your lineup, you definitely want to use and take advantage of that long range spear, so that you can pull off a lot of split pushes in your game. And man, Team Newborn now resetting this game into the series into
Yeah.
a best of 3.
That's great.
Who would have known that they will get this? I think there's also a downside in the Kimi late game. Like, you don't have your quick wave clear skill. You definitely don't want to use the rocket as a wave clear tool. You want it as your, like, maybe your initiating tool. Unlike the previous Kimi that we had, some Kimis, like, they use the rocket to clear the waves as far as they can. And with that, I think Team YG, they will for sure go back to the drawing board and maybe re-strategize. Are they going for a mid lane, like a spam type hero, or will they stick to the Kimi?
Yeah, I think they would probably not stick to the Kimi because because of the fact that it did not work, especially against Hayabusa, I guess. So I think when it comes to the draft, we should not focus on what did not work in this particular game, but rather what can they do to adjust. Because it seems like they did not adjust that well in the latter stages of the drafting phase. We know that the Kimi, when there is already Hayabusa, it's already gonna have a bad time. And in fact, they were winning. They were winning, Manjin. So I think you'll understand that in the early stages it's good, but in the late game, it is pretty evident that the Hayabusa of Moscow in the Farsa is just too strong to handle. There wasn't enough damage from YG to take them down. Bruno is a very early game centric kind of hero. They kind of want to mitigate the late game by drafting the Kimi as their late game insurance policy, but they were definitely outplayed by newborns in that game.
Yeah, that was an outplay type of game. You were seeing a lot of a glimpse of YG, maybe again winning the macro play, getting quick lords after quick lords, defending the tower immediately after the split. But then again, a lot of in outs in this game. A lot of are you sure? Are you gonna risk it? Are you gonna go in with a quad shadow? And definitely Destiny was on the side of NB in taking this series and extending the time slot for the tournament. Who's the MVP, Mr. Wolf?
I think definitely Index.
Index?
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, so it will be Index. I mean, definitely agree with this one. Unforgettable clash up top. You're definitely gonna see that after this after this graphic. You can see that through the highlights, but I want you to take note of how he's able to turn this game around. It was looking very dicey already
Yeah.
for newborns. 4 minutes 20 seconds in, they are able to take a blink, and they were making the right plays. In fact, Shizu, if, despite them, losing in the early stages, in a way, the Hayabusa had a great time for 1 and 2. Only died once against YG's attempts, and look at that index taking care of Han. Then they get out. Eventually, Stitch will be in the middle of the fight, wanting to go to the backlines, but the peel that you saw coming out from Index with this flicker, we'll not see it, but there was a flicker play that he employed. They eventually stopped Stitch from dealing more damage. And YG also losing important members in important team fights meant that newborns will just take him, and they tried to go for this play 36 seconds before the Lord respawns. I think that was ill-advised from YG. The fact that they also used Stitch in there, there wasn't any chance for them to win that fight with the numbers disadvantage. The Fanny is ways away from the team zone. I think that overall, that was just a bad decision overall from YG in the end. But yeah,
And
judging
judging by
newborns, really good.
the first two games, I should say that the one who uses the Fanny loses the game, especially in the
Yeah.
late game. I think a lot of teams already
So far.
know like how the pattern of the Fanny
Yeah.
will like go, especially in the late game stages of the fight. Especially if you don't have any space. That's a problem with the Fanny in the late game. How will you enter if your enemy is already at the base
Yeah.
every time, right? So I think that's a huge a problem to solve if you have a Fanny in your lineup. And with this, it's now game number 3. I think both of the teams, they will now not pick the Fanny,
Yeah, probably.
right? If it's not working, then let's change it immediately. Or I don't know.
Yeah, I think if YG might just get the first, might just go for the same set of picks for the first phase.
So another Fanny, maybe a Lucas Fanny Bruno.
No,
or,
I think Lucas. Yeah, I think they will take Lucas, and then eventually, if there's Moskov and Cho, they will maybe change their mid laner as well as their roamer. So they went for that, but no, they didn't. They went for the Hylos, right? So they might change a hero for Blink. Maybe they will high pick the Johet, then maybe not choose the Bruno anymore, because although it worked in the early stages and it looked like it's a hero that will give them the advantage in the early stages of the game, I think late game, especially if they give up the Moscow, once again the Bruno will not have a good time. So
yeah.
it's kind of evident that the Bruno is loses the matchup against the Moscow in the late game.
Yeah. The Bruno doesn't have that surprise initiation, unlike the Moscow, who has a lot of blinks, the
Yeah.
Abyss walk, that reset, that 1 second reset every time he hits his normal hit. I
Yeah.
think that's a problem, but the Bruno definitely can do the 1v1 team fight in the early stages. But I really feel that the Bruno is built for types of lineup who is an Ube type lineup. Like you just go ahead and hit from the back. But anyways, moving on, let's go. Another chip ban for YG. NB, are they gonna ban a Yushin once again? Or there you go, another Badang, I think. Or NB, do you
Yeah.
ban the Valentina? Do you ban the
The Valentina
Kalea?
for YG, Valentina or the Kalea. But then eventually they will ban both heroes anyways. And like I said, I think YG might just employ the same set of picks using the first pick, and then newborns will just go for the Moscow Encho once again because it worked so well for their squad. So if there's anything, maybe the only possible change here might be a ban on the Cho or YG, and then they force the Kalea as their first pick, maybe. But it's quite tricky. So they banned the Lucas. They
Wow.
really want to get the Kalea this time, I think.
Okay. So Kalea is one of the A tier roams, right?
For sure.
the heal and the stun,
Yeah,
that slamma jamma, the wave
yeah.
slamma jamma.
I think in this case you don't pick up you don't ban the Valentina anymore if you're YG because it won't give you anything for your team.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if the Cho is the first pick actually for YG.
Yeah.
If the Kalea is banned, right? But the Kalea still is the priority, I believe.
Okay.
Newborns will ban the Badang, right? Although they ban
Alright.
well, they can also ban
Alright,
Badang for
alright.
ban.
Yeah. Jawhead is also open, so if ever they ban out the Kalia, you have three roam options. Cho, Jawhead, and Kalia. Been seeing a lot of Jawhead in the community games of
Yeah.
amateur players right now that I've been casting here in the Philippines. So, like, I kind of feel like a lot of tank players, they also wanna like get kills, especially with the Jawhead, and be more aggressive, be more confident. Now with the third ban, do you go for the Kalea? Okay, you go for the
They ban
Phobius.
So this
That's
is a
interesting.
different ban. I think
So do you prioritize the XP lane right now if you are YG?
not really. I think you want to prioritize the Kalia, which is a flex pick that can be played in the XP, can be played in the roam role as well. But I think it's more roam based. I believe that with this ban of the Lucas, YG already are eyeing for the Kalea first pick. Newborns can consider banning that out.
Okay.
And if they do ban the Kalea, YG, I will not be surprised if they pick up the Cho instead.
Yeah.
I think they wanna take that away from Newborns.
Yeah, I think Cho is their main hero. Or do you take away another mid? Okay, another Badang. So,
Alright,
so Kalea for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then Moskov and Cho, I believe, for Newborns.
Okay. So Moscow is still a thing, huh? Mr. Wolf.
Yeah, it seems
Am
like
I-
it. They,
Is Bobby Tricks gonna use the Moscow in
yes,
the
for sure.
stream
For sure.
later?
For sure, 100%. Good combination. Yeah, I think the Moskov and Cho just makes a lot of sense here for Newborns.
What's the main counter for
Oh,
another Fanny.
Oh.
they're risking it
Oh.
again. Now this time they know.
Yeah, because they know that that YG will not pick up the Cho with the Kalea anymore. So
Yeah.
they just took away the Fanny. And now YG, you're forced to go and take the Hayabusa. So I think it just makes sense to get the Hayabusa and maybe another marksman, right? So they need.
An answer.
They
to
might
the
just go
Moscow.
for the Bruno. They might just go Hayabusa and Bruno here. Honestly,
Or maybe is the Iritel good up against the Moscow, or maybe some setup type of burst like Beatrix.
Oh,
But no, they will pick
still
up
go for
Sasuke, Sakura and Sasuke.
Yeah, Sakura and Sasuke. Instead of going for the Hayabusa, they went for the Suyu. Good synergy with the Kalei as well because you have a earlier activatable head jungler in combination with the Kalia, so you make use of the Kalia easier. And again, YG are doubling down in the early game once again. So Newborns, instead of getting the Jawhead, they went in for the Kacha so that they will have the peel or the protection.
I think this is still a flex pick, right? The Kacha can go to the XP and maybe go to the roam position. So with the Gatot here, do you ban out a Jawhead if you're YG? Do you ban out a Cho if you're YG? Or do you choose the mid laner of NB?
Yeah, I think you bind the Cho or the Cho and Jawhead. And I believe that Newborns are considering getting the Novaria once again.
Okay.
So that could also be your choice of plan for YG. But I believe that it's gonna be much better for YG to just ban out the Cho and
The roams.
they force this get that Kacha to go rogue. Because if you get the Jawhead and the Cho, these heroes are good at leashing for the Fanny,
Yeah.
which means that you cannot invade the Fanny anymore.
They
Maybe
also
a
have
fourth
the NB also has the Grok though. So, but then again, you would like give the Grok and give the Grok away, just ban out the
Yeah,
Cho. There you go. There's the Cho.
that makes a lot of
Still have it.
sense.
Still have it, Mr.
Still have
Wolf.
it. Yep.
Still have it.
Newborns, they can ban maybe the CC here, or maybe another tank here, right? Another frontliner. Hylos may be the ban here for newborns actually. Is it?
Hylos.
Yeah,
Hylos
will
XP?
be- or a Tigreal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
because the Kalaya can be banned. The Kalaya can be XP lane.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they banned the
That I don't
Famous
know.
instead. Yeah, why?
Okay, fair enough.
And new words are really considering the Novaria in this case. But yeah, YG, it's much better to just ban the Jawhead because you will not get the Jawhead anyways.
Yeah.
We will just forfeit that that Jawhead.
Yeah. And Johead is good together with the Fanny. Like, definitely can save him. Can box out a lot of YG attempts on the invades. So they learned from game number 1. Now they banned out Blue. Do you go Jawhead right now, or maybe
Yeah, I go
Jawhead is your
Jawhead.
last pick?
You go
Novaria
Jawhead or
Jawhead.
you go Novaria for your enemy. I think
Or
Jawhead
maybe-
just makes
I
a lot
think
of sense here.
I think you're right with the Sicilian. Sicilian is I think good up against the Bruno and the Shuyu, I should say.
Yeah, good combo with the Gatot as well.
Yeah.
Get first
Yeah, late
damage to
game.
aid your Fanny. Yeah, overall makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
But we shall see. Is it going to be? Oh, it's the Eve.
Eve instead of the
All
Novaria.
right. There's the control. The control. And the Eve can also serve as a protector of the Fanny.
But
It's
this
a
means that
pop
YG will just pick up the Valentina, right?
Yeah, they will steal the Eve ultimate.
Eve ultimate, Gatot ultimate can also be stolen.
Or go for maybe go for some flashy mid lane. Louis.
Oh, right. The Louis is not banned. You're right.
Louis is good up against Moscow type of
Against the
compositions.
Moscow, definitely. Against the Fanny, not so much. And the Gatot.
Louis, come on, YG.
Yeah.
Give me my correct answer.
Okay. Oh, there you go. You're right. And then the Benedetta. This is really good because there's a lot of split push. You can see YG. Imagine they were traumatized from the previous game. They want to control the map now because
Yeah,
they're gonna be denying the Moscow split push.
because of this Benedetta.
Because
Nice.
of this
And
Benedetta.
plus you also
And
have
as well as the Louis. As well as the Louis. So
That's
yeah,
a
that
nice
makes,
pick.
that their prediction made a lot of sense, Manji. Great
Yeah.
job. And now
Still have
Newports,
it.
I
Still
think
have it.
they might just go for the Hilda this time because they need someone to kind of look for the Louis. They need a minesweeper.
A minesweeper.
Or maybe just the
Yeah,
Hylas
yeah.
actually. Oh yeah, they go for the Hilda.
Okay, Hilda. Nice prediction.
Yeah, because
Still
it's
have
like it's if there's the Louis that likes to teleport, you want to look for someone to look for the Louis, right? Your anti-split,
As
which is in
the-
this case the Hilda.
Yeah, plus the tracker.
Yeah, the
That's a
tracker,
Hilda.
the
Yeah,
scout.
The scout. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. For those people who are watching online, like, try to share this because this is going to be explosive. This is 1xBet Rivals, 7,500 USD. Am I right?
7-5, that's right.
Is on the line for these Mekong teams.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing an intense drafting phase, right? Quite an intense last few stages of that draft. With this, I can definitely say the Mekong region is
Yeah.
now stepping up
Definitely.
in terms of their MLBB prowess.
That's right.
YG versus NB. Ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 3. And what we learned from the previous 2 games, the one who uses the Fanny is the one who always loses or getting the defeat. But now, and B, finally getting that free purple.
Yeah.
No invade whatsoever for YG.
Well, you can see that Index is receiving so much damage. That is the strength of the Louis, but they will be able to get out. By the way, Louis and Kalea, you can. It's like a fountain.
Oh yeah, I remember
Hey,
I think I messaged you right after that
yeah,
that play that I saw. I think
that can
I was
happen.
the
That
one
can
casting. Yeah. Like you can teleport your
That's
enemy
right.
to your team, right?
That's right. That's right. So you still have to be very careful here if you're MP. There's a lot of like cheeky ways for YG to finish this. And with all due fairness, YG again, they have the draft that they easily with early stages. Once more.
Okay. And plus they have the poke. Alright. We shall see. If you are Lu Yi, definitely want to get that early game level 4. But there's the slashes. Han will take down Index. Han. Again, another great start. Okay. Shizu coming in with the slices. Okay, Shizu. Wow, this Fanny. One of his masterful heroes. Trying to attempt to get that kill exchange. Nothing's gonna happen. So 1-0 for the side of YG.
This is gonna be the first turtle fight. Seems like YG are having a big advantage. Although they don't have level 4 or they don't have ults for 2 of their heroes, they just blitz the turtle, knowing that Shizu is gonna prioritize farming. And we did see that there was a play. There's gonna be a teleport play here in the bottom lane. Yeah,
Oh,
cut
wow.
is.
Okay.
Oh, they want to go for that play. That kind of initiation, including
Oh, slam.
Ying, the Benedetta,
Wow.
so they can dive. Oh my
Man.
God, they are electric, Manji.
What an electric play. That's Wu MLBB from Team YG. That's a great teleportation diversion from Lina, and this Ying has, of course, the invulnerability to go in. No slam yet, so that they can definitely use another gank because they have the slam online. That's another kill onto Index, but 2 kills maybe for Chizu for the counter play. 3-2. We're having ourselves a great ball game, Mr. Wolf.
Unfortunately for YG, that was a better trade for newborns. Despite losing in the early stages, it's a lot of good farm that's going in favor of the Fanny. They take out the Suyu as well. So a 2-0 Fanny that did not get the turtle, but eventually is now finding a lot of openings in the game. That is going to be very scary. So they have
Yes,
to be
sir.
careful now.
Yes,
Shizu,
sir. He also has the impure rage, so he will definitely go in and hammer down whoever is in front of him. As a Team YG right now, trying to reset and maybe set up for another turtle fight.
what a wonderful spear there coming out from Kant. But
Oh wow, nice Sakura skin.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
my
that's-
first time seeing this.
the Kalea, yeah, because it's always banned. That's why it's difficult to see actually. But right now,
Okay.
the turtle is gonna be in the lane where the Bruno is. So this is definitely an advantage for YG. Moscow is not ready to fight yet, and we might just consider not fighting at all. There is the teleport play.
There's a teleport.
So
Okay.
they're sending the Bruno up top. So
Wow.
it will be a 4v4. It will be
Wow.
farm for YG.
Oh, they're risking it. They know that it's a 4v4. There's a spear though for Super Kant. Super Kant will try to defend the top, but again, he has the ultimate. There you go, Super Bender with a block. That's a slam from the Kalea Blink. Who's falling low? It is Shizu. Cabling out. That is Bloody Duri though. But there's a kill for a no off-cam kill, I mean. Super
Yeah.
Bender dying in the hands of Ying.
Yeah. Well played coming out from Ying, the Benedetta. The timing was so perfect and actually zoned out Shizu. Eventually gets the last hit onto Super Bender. As Super Bender kind of wanted to do the same thing. Oh, what a lift coming out from the Kalea. And now
What
there's
a
the
lift.
combo. Shizu in trouble. Has to get out.
That
Ooh.
Kalea is so
Scary.
tanky.
Oh!
A nice kill from Ying. Blocked by Ying. Where are you going? Sit down. Ying gets The crucial kill, and now transitioning to the mid lane. Team YG gets the 3K gold lead.
YG finding the right openings and able to push up top. Looking very scary, but right now they have a commanding lead. But 4,000 gold, they're also activating their Bruno many times in this game by using the teleport to either get him to the fight or send him into the opposite side of the lane. So
Yes, sir.
YG are just controlling the map right now. And with the split push potential of this Ying Benedetta, newborns are not finding any split push pressure at all.
Yep. Because of the answer, because of the Lu Yi. There's always that teleportation, which is it's been a long time, but the update from the after that update on the Lu Yi, after that long range level 1 on that teleport, teams have been using it a lot. And if you really like, if you are masterful in terms of seeing and predicting the map, you can definitely like take advantage and like exploit the Lu Yi teleport.
And they're not even using the teleport, the Luye diversion for that Kalea trick play. They're just
Yeah.
utilizing the ultimate to send their specific heroes in specific parts of the map, like the Bruna up top, and then eventually this Benedetta to split push the bottom lane, so that they will have all of the answers. Now Shizu might be gone
Okay.
upon, but then again, that's just Blink and Lina. It's really not a lot of chance for them to take them out. This time, though, the turtle will spawn again. Turtle number 3, YG still ahead.
Another space secured for Team YG as Index and Super Bender is here, popping the conceal just to make it on time. But man, look at this. Ying now has the mallet. The Malefic, I mean.
Oh,
The Malefic Roar. And can definitely use this against the Moskov. There's your TP. Okay. Quite scared there for the Moskov. Look at this all-in macro map lead for Team YG.
yeah, and it's just 8 minutes in the game, and they don't have like a massive kill lead. Anyways, it's just 5-2. So this just shows us how good this play was from YG. They're definitely prepared for this kind of composition where they're forcing newborns to react all the time. While Shizu is able to go for the split push, there's always the threat of the Benedetta. Does not have the petrify right now, but is also already dealing the damage. Not
Han?
enough energy though. Shizu, oh, the stun
Han!
connects! Oh my goodness. So that's
Oh,
Sasuke
man.
winning the fight.
Oh man. Another death from the Fanny. And that's what you get. If you play a Fanny game, there's always a risk. There's always that mini 50-50 game. Now, Team YG, they want to create a hole in the mid lane. And man, the answer from this Benedetta, definitely a huge adjustment. That's the final blow. 10-2, 3 kills plus a free tower.
And there's not even enough time to react despite the Purify. Super Kant still was taken out that easily. That was the damage out from the Lu Yi that you're seeing. And of course, the Petrify from Ying that's, again, so difficult to kind of react to. Eventually, you can remove the stun, but now, Ying and Han, once again, Shizu. Oh my goodness, Han!
Oh my God.
Still connects with the stun.
Arrow!
This
Oh,
time,
there's
though,
the TP. Look at that. Is he gonna TP?
they will go for the TP play. They will go for, oh, they won't.
The TP is on the bottom side. There's an off-cam play on the bottom side. Index.
Oh my god.
Dying after that off-cam play. Now YG owning the 10 minutes of this game. Another Lord attempt. 11-2. This is a huge gap. Team YG. But Team NB, can they look within themselves? Can they do another comeback play?
It's gonna be difficult because this time YG has access to the Lu Yi teleport.
Oh, yeah,
Unlike in
that's
the previous
difference.
game,
Yeah.
the Moscow was left unchecked. The Moscow was just split pushing as well as the Hayabusa, right? So they were getting enough items for themselves, but this time it's different. They also have the Benedetta to think about.
Yeah.
2-0 and 5 on this Ying Benedetta. And into the mid lane, you can see that Stitch and the gang are looking for an opening. Super Bender might meet the Soyu.
Yep. Huge.
The Soyu turns it around.
Oh man, Suyu, Han.
Oh,
and there
my
you
goodness.
go, the slam from out of nowhere. Hearing voices in his head, the blink will pick off Shizu.
That was great timing, impeccable timing. In comes the jump from Ying Eve with the ultimate for the counter, but it will not be enough. Ying is still alive. Blink kind of sacrifices himself in here. As YG will be able to push down the mid lane.
They just want to push.
Onto the bottom, there is the defense. Duality procs are very scary to think about right now.
Wow.
NB hang on, but that was another kill in favor of YG.
Kill after kill, an objective after an objective. 11 minutes. Team YG with a huge shift onto the draft with this Benedetta and the Lu Yi. Such a difference maker, unlike game number 1 and game number 2. And I think Team NB still like wants to play like their strategy from game number 1. They need to maybe switch the turn the tides around and maybe just copy YG's adjustment.
Yeah, that's why
Maybe-
I thought
Yeah.
that the Fanny and the Moscow might not work again because it's too
Too
conditional.
obvious, yeah.
It's too obvious. Blink with a conceal. They want to go for the initiation this time. They have the flicker onto Blink in 9 seconds.
Oh, look at those volley shot procs onto the Hilda. Now Super Bender, like he's just doing nothing, just soaking in a lot of damage, as being a meat shield here for Team NB. Now has the armor also, but this is just YG waiting for the Lord and probably end this game.
Seems to me that looking at YG, seems like they have the game in their back, right? They have this Lu Yi draft that they designed so perfectly, countering everything that Newborns wants to do. It seems like Newborns are so lost in this game. It didn't look like an outright out draft when you look at the draft, but when you look at how YG was able to show us how it's done, even Newborns are getting some sort of semblance in the early stages of the game, but in this case, like Newborns, now they don't have anything to work with.
my.
And even the Spear of Destruction
Destruction.
was outplayed by YG. They let go of the
Wow.
Lord, in fact.
Wow, what a,
Whew!
what
What a smart way to approach it.
now you see me, now you don't.
Mhm.
Part 3 early screening here in 1xBet
Really?
Rivals. What a trick coming in from Team YG.
Yes, sir.
12-3. Is this the final push?
Could be. There's a very big potential that this could be the last push. What is the difference now? I'm looking at the NB. Well, they do have the Eve. So as long as the Eve is alive, as long as they keep that hero alive and the ultimate intact,
Okay,
maybe they can defend it.
okay, but there's this the stun. I mean, AOG coming in, but it hits nothing but germs. That's the Lord cleared out by Team NB. Han goes for the slashes. Nice defense though for Team NB, keeping it real, keeping it honest. There's the conceal. Okay, TP. That's a fake TP though. Okay, there's the tower. Tower now down. Team YG. There's only, of course, the throne
Oh,
left.
my
But
goodness.
that's, of course, the burst. Huge burst from the volley shots and the dispersion procs. Duality procs. Team YG, they want to put this one in the bag.
Oh,
They
the
want to end
the
this.
stun from Han got forced to use the Wind of Nature, and
There you
that
go.
might be it.
There you go. 2-1. YG.
YG with a wonderful answer from game number 2. Very good adjustments. That is gonna be game number three in the bag for YG. Just because the fact that they adjusted from game number two, they utilized their Luyi so that they'll be able to counter this Moscow play.
That is a huge adjustment for Team YG. Knowing, of course, the pattern, study the pattern of Team NB. Like they now know that okay, NB they want to force this Fanny. They want to play the split game once again, but you fall, you fell for the trap. We have a Benedetta. We
Yeah.
also have Aluyi. You didn't watch the replay. The last time we were playing in this one XBet Rivals, we have Aluyi in our arsenal. We also have a Cho in our arsenal. You have Blink and Blink and Lina's combo. Again, like what we said in the first part of this show, Team YG, they are the veterans. They are the considered pros, and they're now showing us how it's done. 2-1.
It was great adjustment overall from YG. I like the fact that they literally read through what NB was doing in the first game, what made them win, and countered it heavily in the second stage of in the second phase of the drafting. It's the second stage of the drafting phase. Instead of outright answering the Moscow like immediately, they waited for the perfect timing so that they'll be able to get the Lugi as well as this Benedetta that evidently newborns did not expect as much. You
Yeah.
can see the bands, right? It was the Faramis as well as the if I'm not mistaken, it was the Farsa, right? So um, they kind of fooled newborns into
Yeah.
thinking that this could be a different kind of playstyle that they're employing. But
Yes.
then again, they found the opening. It was the Benedetta as well as the Luyi. There was no chance. I mean, if you're just looking at the game, it kind of feels like they were putting a checkmate, right?
Yeah.
Newborns, you just cannot think of a
You're-
possible way for them to come back.
You're double checked. When you're double checked, the main rule is to move your king. And
Maybe.
the king is the Moskov, right? Like the king is the Moskov, and like you have no choice but to move because you have two heroes who is always chasing after you, right?
Yeah.
So great adjustment from YG. I hope that we won't see the Fanny once again for Team Enemy. Maybe they need to change it up. Maybe go for another jungle. Maybe pick up the Lucas
Yeah.
or another utility jungle. But we don't know. We're just watchers.
Yeah.
But it's
Again,
kind of like fun to play later, right? Because of
definitely.
what we're seeing.
For sure. But one thing that I want to take note is that the Fanny Manjin still is yet to win a match in this series.
0-3 on the Fanny, bro.
0-3 on the Fanny, but this time, of course, it's attributed to the fact that YG played so.
Plus, they know the pattern. They already studied the blueprint, right? Who's your MVP? It is, of course, the Dragon Slayer, Lina, with the Luyi adjustment. We saw him in the past few games pulling off this Luyi, and yes, a masterful usage of the diversion, the misdirection. And with it, yeah,
Yeah. I believe that Lina kind of studied this game so much because in hindsight you will look at this game and you will use the Kalia to just go get a kill. I mean, this is the first time I've seen an EXP laner getting teleported into the gold lane after the first turtle fight. Definitely, Super Cat did not expect that at all, and that allowed YG to just control the early stages. And then Han on this Suyo, pretty much on point when it comes to answering this
Yeah.
Fanny.
a lot of like unforeseen circumstances for NB. Usually, if there's a Benedetta and a Luyi, like you would definitely want them to join the team fight. But no, we will send someone over to the other lane, so you will get confused whether you fight us or not. So with that, man, I kind of want to see more creative strategies here.
Yeah.
uh, it's my first time seeing that type of gameplay in the long years of me casting MLBB. Like,
Yeah.
don't force the team fight. Just
Yep.
put the marksman outside of the team fight and let him farm.
It's like utilizing the Louis for macro more than it is for team fights, because usually you expect the Louis to be utilized in a more aggressive manner just to get kills, right? Consistently control the map by killing heroes. But in this case, that is the opposite of what they did. They focused on actually just clearing the waves, right? Just to make sure that they are able to manage the lanes, stop the growth of this Moscow as well as the Fanny, because that was indeed a greedy kind of decision from Newborns to prioritize the farm instead of getting the team fight wins. I understand why they did that. Maybe really thought that Moscow plus Fanny works so much, because it does. But I guess if they want to stick with that kind of lineup, eventually the Louis has to be either banned or denied.
I
in the
think they
next
need to
one.
ban it. If they're gonna ban it, the Yushin is open. I think
Yeah.
one of the main cores of Team YG is their mid laner, Lina, bringing his A game in this series since series number one. And you remember the Farsa, right? And now we're seeing the Luyi. A lot of I think key moments when I watch MLBB tournaments is really on either the XP lane or maybe the mid laner. Right? The responsibility of the mid laner in the early stages up until the late game is super huge, and you don't want to give Blink yet another A game.
Okay, so there will be a little bit of
A
change-up.
change.
Lucas is the first ban from YG. They did ban out that hero in the previous game, but the Kalia is almost always. I mean, not yeah. It was banned 2 games in a row by YG, and then eventually picked up game number 3. Newborns now bans the Kalia out as their first ban. I think eventually Newborns will consider getting the Badang. I think this is just a guess. I think they will pick up Moskov and Badang as their first 2
Moskov
picks.
and Badang.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
what a
Newborns,
combo! That's a great combo,
Yeah.
right?
I believe that they will take out the Zushin this time and then the Harry. And then YG. Oh, yeah. That could be bad, by the way, because the Zushin is so good. Yeah, never mind. That might not happen because of the Zushin.
Zushin.
Unless Newborn bans the Zushin.
Here we go. NB taking their time, like utilizing the ban timers. Like it's do or die. It's a do or die game. So this draft, this second ban, really matters. Okay, that's the chip.
Chip. Ooh, Chip was also banned by YG. So in the first 3 games that we saw, so Harriet and Zushin are going to be open. But yeah, Newborns, as long as they ban the Zushin, I think they're going to be okay with taking the Badan. YG, trying to remember what they planned out, because this time the chip they will Bada Hayabusa. So that means without the Joy, Hayabusa, and as well as this Lucas, this might be the Soyu from YG.
So your first pick
Yep. Get Sasuke.
or Kalea. Okay, Kalea is sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Or maybe the Cho. Are you gonna go for the Cho first pick for YG?
Or maybe they get the Fanny this time.
No. If they get the Pani, we will go to game number 5.
Then yeah, you're right. Oh, they went to Cho.
They banned out the Cho. See, still got it.
You still got no. I think this is interesting because YG does have the Zushin, and then NB. The NB. What will happen here is NB will get the Fanny.
Fanny. Okay.
So Fanny and Zushin will be the only trade here for both teams. But I believe the Zushin is just too good to pass up on. So they get
they
the
got
Fanny.
the
Alright, so
Fanny.
Zushin. This is Zushin and Moscow for NB, I believe.
Oh my god, are we going to game number 5?
Might be.
I know it's too early to say. But
If YG secures the Badang, I think we won't go to a game number 5. But NB
they
have
stole it.
secured
There you go.
the Badang.
Badang Harit combo.
But this means,
I've
Manji,
seen
that
this already.
Zushin is available for YG still. And they can
Oh,
pick up the
Zushin.
Moscow this time.
Zushin is an answer to the Harit, right? Like because of the lantern like, inside
Not so much.
the.
They already have the
Zaman.
Fanny to answer the Harriet, so you're okay so far. You don't need the Zushin, but the Zushin overall answers the Badang. So, yeah, YG. This is scary because they prioritize the Fanny. I believe that the Badang was really a good pick.
Good pick. Yeah, it was banned for 2 games. Granger.
Oh, Granger.
Granger. Ninzushin. Okay. A lot of early pokes. Granger versus Harit. I feel like it's a 50-50 matchup.
You need
Depends
your
on the dash
assassin now,
cooldown.
newborns. You
IMB.
need your jungler. It's banned out. They pick up the Farsa. So maybe newborns will consider getting utility jungler stuff because there's not a lot of assassins left.
Yeah. Is
I'm
the
not sure if they play the Lancelot, your Nolans, but probably that's not going to be the case.
is the Fredrin still a viable
Yeah.
pick though?
For sure.
For maybe so you're suggesting an assassin or NB,
Yeah.
Right?
For NB, Nolan maybe.
Nolan or Lancelot. There's no Hayabusa. I think that they're gonna use a utility
Or
hero.
Hanzo. Hanzo is available, so maybe.
Hanzo. Okay.
But with the Fanny, that is a bit of a problem.
Never catch a
Okay,
ban.
so if NB bans the Hilda as their 5th ban, I will not
Oh.
be. My guess is that Hanzo will be the 4th pick here for NB.
Okay. Look at YG. They're targeting the jungler.
Yeah, all
That's a
jungler bans here.
Suyu, Hayabusa, or maybe they're gonna ban also the like what you
Hanzo.
said, a Hanzo,
Yeah,
and like force NB to use a maybe a B tier jungler, like the only one left. Like they're leaving them no choice but to
Yeah.
use
Although
an old
the
meta.
other utility junglers can work, like
Fredrin,
a Fredrin, but there's Zushin at the opposite end, which
Yeah,
means,
easy
again,
counter,
Zushin
easy.
is such a good hero against utility junglers. It's just no way for you to win the fight if the game.
Zushin,
in fact,
yeah.
if you're playing a utility jungler against the Zushin, you need an assassin here.
they will
And
just get
Silas. Okay, Hanzo is available, but I think NB will just pick up the Hilda first.
okay
I think
to
that
answer the Fanny.
Yeah. I think it just makes a lot of sense to pick up the Hilda, but that means their Badang will be your winner. But it's okay. It's a viable hero anyways.
Okay. Johead is still open though.
You're right. Yeah,
Johead.
Johead
I
is a
think-
much better pick.
For,
Because you don't
NB.
want to give the Johead to YG. Johead and Zushin is such a strong
Super
combo.
Yeah.
When Zushin first came out, Johead also was buffed, and that was actually
But there's your
Yes.
assassin. There's your assassin. Assassin versus assassin.
okay.
Ling, Johead is open for YG. They still don't have their roam. Does Blink uses the Johead?
For sure.
There's
Oh,
no Cho in this game.
Tigreal now looks really good for YG, but yeah, Johead is. This is a mistake definitely for NB letting go of the Johead if the Johead gets split up, and then Hilda now also really good for YG.
Wow, wow.
Right? So
Yeah.
the heroes that would have been perfect for the first pick for NB eventually can be picked up by YG, both of them, like Johead and Hilda.
Yeah.
And that
Hilda.
will mean that will mean that NB will be in a world of hurt
Yeah.
afterwards.
There's
There
your
you
Hilda and there's
The
your Franco. I was actually thinking of a lockdown hero for YG because again you have a Harit. I think the Harit can outplay for me the Johead, but you need a tank that can relocate someone. So like maybe a Tigreal because of the push, and now you have the Franco, the hook, and also a great pick for against the Ling, and this Harit. So Franco, wow, for Team YG, a lot of CC for this team. Now, do you go Jawhead here for NB or do you go for the Glock like game number 1?
I think Joy is perfect. Ruby might also be an option.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's your Jawhead.
And we got lucky that the Joy still
Still
is available for them. Imagine if YG just picked that up.
Jawhead
They won't have
like
any.
super,
So I think
super
the
good.
overall order here for newborns is pretty bad. Because then it's not like the lane will be taken by YG anyway. So,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. Here we are, game number 5. If YG
yeah.
snowballs, NB is gonna be in a lot of trouble.
I kind of feel like NB, their jungler, their jungler is like, come on, give me an assassin. I got this, coach. I got this, coach. And the coach is, wait, let's wait for the fourth pick. Maybe we can pick a. I got it, coach. I'll just dodge. This is probably my last game, and we're an unknown team. We're a new team, right? We're a new team. We're up against a pro team in Mekong.
Yeah.
Give it to me, coach. This is
Give it to
it.
me, coach. Give it to me, coach.
Trust me, coach. Trust
Wow.
my Ling. Shizu with this Ling. Now with that emblem, that extra
War Cry.
damage, the Warcry
War Cry.
emblem. It's been a year since that Warcry update.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Han. Now actually poking Shizu. Now he knows there's an information that Shizu is low.
And then the hook usually used to kind of mess with the jungling pattern, but Index put himself as the meat shield, tanking that hook. In fact, okay, so Blink's actually ahead a little bit of XP. Oh, what a hook!
Nice hook.
Oh my goodness.
Hook dagger out from Blink. And look at Chizu now immediately going to the Crammer to steal it away.
Yeah, but that is a kill. The hand is already level 4. They do have the Pusan, so he gets out. Han will get to his orange buff soon.
And okay, they need this kill. Blink now running away for
Oh,
his
what a-
life.
What a
Nice
rejector.
kill. Yeah, nice ejector. And of course the 4 blades. Come on, coach. Give it to me, coach. Shizu. Now with the retaliation kill. No kill whatsoever for Han. 1-2.
Oh my god. You can see the newborns are not letting
They're not
YG
letting
come
go.
up with letting YG get something for free. After Index respawned, he went for 2 good plays. Initiated upon Blink to take him out, and then eventually going for the flicker ejector so that he's able to get Lina out of YG's zone. And now
Oh my
another hook.
glove.
Oh,
Nice hook. There's the wings by wings just to go out. Han will get the last hit. What a menace. Blink. Another hook to create the space that they wanted for the first turtle of the game. YG.
oh my.
Huge advantage.
So very, very good coming out from Blink. And then eventually Han was able to steal the turtle. So everything went in favor of YG. It's like they're having a field day. It's again started by this man, the Franco Blink.
Yeah.
They did say that the Joyd would be good for them, but it seems like YG is saying like
He wants it to be flashy.
I wanted to
Why
be
would-
flashy.
I want to be
the
flashy.
Franco.
I want the Franco.
Index,
I want the judges to give me a 10.
Index wants to go for a Stitch.
Oh, man,
the
that's-
hook.
Bro, that's 3-4-3.
Oh my god.
Hook
Blink.
accuracy 3-4-3 for Blink.
It's Hook City for Blink.
Hook City, bro. Welcome to Hook City. 1xBet rivals Hook City. Blink. He doesn't even yet uses the flicker. Just once. He just used it once. And now with this advantage. Okay, there's a
Okay.
steal though. But with this advantage, Team YG again leading by 2K or more in the early stages of the series.
Ying is looking for the lane, and he's gonna be very problematic for the lane. He's looking to push more issues, push more buttons for Shizu. And up top, the turtle will be respawning. Oh no,
Wow.
they don't even need it. Index is taken out. Fanny is now snowballing out of control. 3-0 and 2, Manjin.
Another hook.
5 out of 5 and another hook. Oh my god.
Flicker hook. Usually we always see a hook flicker combo, but this time it's a flicker hook.
Ying wanted to shove Shizu down. The Pasan's actually utilizing his scout control and then gets out with the flicker out as
Okay.
well. Oh no. Joy
Ejector?
missed the shot.
He missed the
that's
toss.
scary. That was scary.
Yeah, 6-2 at the Team YG. Now showing us a lot of highlight hooks or highlight action plays. Doing a lot of exhibitions.
Ooh.
There you go, doing a lot of tricks. Look, even Blink just predicting the flicker.
That's right.
With that hook. 7-2. They're feeling it now, Wolf. They're feeling it now. They want the championship. They want to go home early.
They won the grand
YG
final
now,
slot.
yeah. YG now playing with their food.
This is
8
the
and
reason.
2.
This is the reason why you don't want to give the Zushin. It's so evident how strong this hero is. Han committed the retribution, but it seems like Shizu is not even able to steal anything. Blink already thinking in advance.
Yeah.
He wants to position himself around the purple buff. Wants to go for a hook. And look at Han. Doesn't even mind the lane.
Confident, yeah. Who you? Don't at me,
Don't at me.
says Han. Don't at me, bro. Now, there's a chase. Okay, Super Cunt and company. There's the problem. There's your problem. Okay. Anyways, go ahead and check this out. No risk. All reward. Get a refund. Just type in ! era in the chat for those viewers
sir.
out there. And again, 8-2. Are we gonna see another purple being stolen here by Blink? Hook will miss. Accuracy
Oh.
6-7. Shizu falling low. One
Oh,
more
he's
hit!
looking. Oh my god!
Okay!
He survived this
Han.
Han. Oh, he survives.
And survives, and there's your steal, Stitch. Will steal out the purple. There's your ejector. Counterplay. Zaman Force. Just to
Okay.
get a kill. 8 and 3. But the mission has been accomplished.
Yeah.
Stitch will steal the purple, and no purple for the Ling.
Even though YG lost Blink, that is still a positive trade for them, getting that purple buff, and now they want more. The Ling is so famished right now. Just level 8. No, God is gonna be lifted up, and look at that. Ying finishes off the kill. He might even get out of this. Oh, he does. Okay, okay,
He does. He does.
okay.
Oh my. Okay. I think Mr. Wolf. Oh my god, another hook. I think this is it. It's
As
early
Chantel
to
would
say. As Chantel would say.
this
What
is it.
what this is it. And as Midnight would say, that's it.
That's it. Oh my. And it's just a
And
third
as Naisu would say, big damn.
Yeah. Okay. Will they not get the turtle? I don't think they're concerned about the turtle. It will turn into a lord now. Stitch is gonna be lifted up, but there's really no follow-up afterwards. They
Oh,
found
man.
the kill of the index.
Free kill.
Free kill, very casually taken. My goodness!
Super advanced
Oh my god!
hook.
What
The hook
was that?
city is real.
What was that, Blink? I mean, Han got
Hooker
too
T.
old. I
Hooker
was-
T.
So excited because of that, and he actually dove against MD and he was taken out. But man,
That's kind of like a four-stop hook,
oh
if you know what I
my
mean.
God, that was spicy.
Super advanced, super techy, futuristic, hook delicious hook from the Hooker T.
my. I still cannot recover from that one. Blink is just on point. It's like
Yeah.
his hands on fire.
like-
Oh, Shizu, you gotta be careful.
He's like Hawkeye, bro.
Oh, they will combo it. I think they will combo it.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Another
did combo
hook,
it.
bro.
That's a Crimson
Okay.
Beacon. That
The
is a
Crimson
lantern into a hook.
Beacon. That's the Crimson Beacon.
Yeah.
The lantern hook combination.
Lantern hook, my god.
You hook him in the air.
Oh, whew. That is telekinesis into hook, dude.
Telekinesis into hook. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
A lot
good
of-
to see.
Man, I give it a 10.
Yeah, that's a 10 for me.
I give it a 10. It's a 10 shock. It's a 10 shock.
Let's go home.
Let's go home.
Let's
Say
go
it, Chuck.
home.
Say it, Chuck. Let's go home.
Let's go home. Oh,
Okay. Okay, finally.
finally one
Missed hook.
miss.
Yeah. Maybe a third miss.
Oh, what a winter
my
crown.
winter
Oh
crown
my
play.
God.
You can probably like call it like a hook already because that's a wild charge onto the Franco.
That's
and he
right.
winter crowned.
That's right. I think the play was to flicker and then ult, Bloody Hunt, and then Winter Crown, but obviously that's not available anymore.
Okay, there's your
Oh,
defense. though.
quietly, the Farsa is unstoppable, 5-0 and 1.
Let's
And-
see.
NB will live to see another day, actually.
Let's see.
Oh my god!
Okay. We shall see.
Damage.
Slowly but surely, Team NB trying to channel their comeback potential. This Blood Udiri is 5-0 and 1. Look at that. So ejectors after burst. So they're playing their own hook game here. For NB, we're just not noticing it because of the flashy hooks
That's
shown
right.
to us by Blink.
Whew, it's only other though. Some good stuff that's happening for NB after a very long time. They have taken out Han once again, so that is. But some back-to-back bets for the fan, but kill nonetheless. So NB, maybe there is a way for them to win it in the latter portions of the game with this lane, but they're so far away from that kind of timing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dicey though. Stitch
Maybe-
is so
Yeah.
bold to move like that.
Maybe they need 2 or 3 more outplays. Like they need to match up with the highlight reel, bro. Like YG is they've been getting tens after tens. I think team NB they need to be courageous enough to land those ejector to the Farsa ult. They have good burst potential.
They have to
Let's see.
conceal now.
Okay,
Good
Bender
for Ying.
pops the fist crack. There's your lantern on the Lina. Shizu will go for the orange buff. Super Kant now has the Holy Crystal. Okay, let's see.
Yeah. Blink can just go for the blink Bloody Hunt and
Okay.
then Winter Crown. That is always a threat.
Bender though, now falling low. Half health on index though. Oh my glove. Look at the Rhapsody damage.
Oh
output.
my
But
goodness.
Lina will outplay Shizu.
Woo!
Lina Shushin 2 and 12. Also helping with the Lord. YG. They want to put the nail in the coffin. They want to end this right here, right now.
Oh, too bad for Shizu. Wasn't able to pop his ultimate just because of the fact that there's so much damage coming out from YG. In a matter of seconds, he melted in front of YG. Not even a chance to react. That's
Yeah.
how ahead YG is right now. And like I said, the threat of the Blink from Blink. Okay.
Okay.
Let's get it.
They're grouping up.
Oh!
Oh my!
Oof. Oh my.
Bullets after bullets, Stitch with the
My
Rhapsody.
lord. Oh my lord.
This, you know what? There's a term in the Philippines. It's called palo, and they use it when you're extreme, like doing extreme stuff, being courageous, being aggressive. They're just so palo or palord right now for Team YG, and they want to end this. They want to be the champions. They want to take home the $7,500 from the 1xBet rivals Mekong. There you go, half health on the throne. YG, ladies and gentlemen, your champions. No, not yet. Not
Not
yet
yet.
the champions. I was excited. Not
A
yet the
step closer.
champions.
A
But
step closer.
they're now in the semifinals.
They're now in the grand finals, man. Gina.
Not yet. No, sorry, in the grand finals. I'm so
That's right.
I'm so astonished.
I think that
Yeah.
you got discombobulated because of how good Blink was
Yes,
and how
for
good the
sure.
damage was from the Granger. You saw how
How good they
just
are.
literally use one skill one round one Rhapsody was enough.
One
for
Rhapsody
him to
was
take
enough.
out.
I'm mistaken. They're not champions yet. Don't worry. They're in the
Relax.
grand finals because Mythic
Relax.
Seal. Mythic Seal is
Woo.
waiting for the main event.
Unbelievable. I still can't
Unbelievable.
get over the fact that Blink landed those important hooks. And I think that actually allowed YG to have such confidence. You can see, you can feel it from Han, right? You felt it from Han, you felt it from Han the Fanny, you felt it from Stitch, that they look very confident because they know that eventually Blink is just gonna have a good hook. And after, getting a good early game, what they did was to play off of their confidence. Everybody was just overly confident, and it really caught newborns off guard. It seems like the map control was there once again from YG just because of the confidence that they gathered
Yeah.
right in the
It's,
early
yeah.
stages.
It's like taking candy from a baby. That's how
Yeah.
they play this. They know that they can just gangster up against
That's
team NB. But then again, props to NB. They pulled off one game up against
Yep.
team YG, but the veteran experience in adjusting their draft and their strategy and a whole series, right? So team YG now preparing for the grand finals.
That's right. Oh,
What a day.
unbelievable. What a day.
What a day. It's been a while, Mr. Wolf, and
Yeah.
you still got it, man.
We still got it. We still have the grand finals to
Yeah,
watch.
I know. Tomorrow, it's the
tomorrow.
same time.
But I'm sure that Mythic Seals are
Well prepared.
Seal. They're
Yeah.
they're taking notes, right? They now know that there is that potential for the Franco, and finally the Fanny one. So that is also a consideration. I think the Fanny will also be considered when it comes to like banning and picking. So
Yeah.
yep,
Let's
that's
let's
gonna be
go.
a very very good matchup in the grand final.
Let's go ahead and check out the post game statistics and highlights later. Again, for me, it's really one-sided. There were a glimpse of hope for NB to turn this around, but I think it's really too late. Shizu, I do feel that they went in for the Ling too early. There's a reason why the Ling is not being picked right now, right, Wolf, in the meta, because your pattern is like already memorized by
Yeah.
a lot of teams. So Shizu with the 0-3 underwhelming performance, but yeah, they were just outwitted all throughout this game by YG.
Especially in the last two games, Chad, when it comes to the draft, that the adjustments that came from YG were so good and very smart as well. The way that they thought about how they will answer. For example, game number 3, they went in for the Louis and the Benedetta to counter the Moscow, which was a problem for them in the game prior to that. And now heading into the last game, what they did was to kind of take away all of the possible junglers for NB, right? So it was Lucas, the Joy, eventually the Hayabusa, and then they stole the Fanny, then Bandasuyo afterwards. Although
Yeah.
NB got access to the mosque, to the Badang as well as this Harith, kind of felt like that Ling was forced. And they know that after the Ling was picked up, fourth pick by NB, they just picked up the Franco to answer it. And the Hilda obviously is such a good pick. That's why I felt like Hilda would have been the perfect fourth pick for NB because they got their winners. But it is what it is. That is the end of the road for newborns. Still a great run. They took out important and known teams like
Yeah.
Sino Esports. Took a game away from Yangon Galacticos, which was the team that is even more I would say prime to win or favor to win.
Yeah,
Almost winning specific matches in this game, but yeah, in the end, it was YG got the game.
huge props to Newborn for giving it their all in this tournament, and for showing up against the giants in the Mekong region. But then again, the better team will always come up on top, and the victors will write history.
Yeah,
Blink from Yangon Galacticos
that's right.
is your MVP. You can call him the Hooker T.
Yep. Blink, my goodness. That is indeed one of the better performances that we've seen all throughout Mekong rivals, one is better rivals, Mekong. I mean. It all started with this play, and then eventually he will not stop. He's not gonna stop. There's no stopping this guy. Yep. And we can see that he is able to go for the better hooks as well. It's not just like a hook that lands on a roamer or on a explainer. It's actually those hooks
Yeah.
that matter. It actually
Yeah,
lands on important heroes. Like
It's very vital.
this one
This
specifically. Look at that. It kind of felt like the hook was extended.
Yeah,
Right?
it got liquefied.
Yep.
Super liquefied.
It's like
And-
an elastic hook coming out from
Yeah.
Blink.
Nice stretch right there. It was Team YG. Again, just showing us how Mekong MLBB is done, and leaning towards the early game pokes and the early ending of this tournament.
Yeah.
Together with the production team,
Yep.
Team YG. They grant the wishes of the production team to go home early and have a snack. It's still early in the Philippines. We can still have our round 2 of coffee, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think that we're
It's
going to be
fine.
looking at the
5
final bracket, Manjin, because now we are going to see who gets into the grand finals. You can see the journey of Young Galacticos as well as Newborns, right? The
Shall
team
see.
that is not expected to go this far, but have secured third place, which means that they will have, if I'm not mistaken, 3,000. What did I say?
Still a huge amount.
A huge
Still a
amount. I think
Great
1.5.
chunk. Yeah.
Yeah, so
There we go.
still a lot of cash. Let's look at the tournament bracket to see what was the route for Yangon Galacticos to get into the grand finals after winning against Newborns.
Here it
Mythic Seal
is.
is still waiting up there. This is going to be a semi-finals rematch. So the last time that Mythic Seal faced off against Young Galacticos, it was 3-0, but 2 of those games were comeback games. So
Yeah.
pretty sure that in a
Yeah.
best of 7 grand finals tomorrow, it will be more intense.
Yeah, for sure. Yangon Galacticos, I can still feel that there's still a lot of meat into the bone that they can really like maximize more potential in beating Mythic Seal. But we're gonna know that for sure, because Mythic Seal, for sure, they're watching the replay. They're having their
Yeah.
scrims, and they're
They're
preparing
prepared.
in their chamber, like really
sure.
resting up for the grand final. 7,500 USD is on the line. It is, of course, always a huge honor to tell you the story of this game. It's been a while,
been a while.
for me to shoutcast in an international setup together with Coach and the champion, Mr. Wolfcast. This is Manjin Paldas, once again together with Wolfcast. See you again tomorrow, same time, same place. 1xBet Rivals, Mekong. Thank you.